You know, this ties into the dream I had Wednesday.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
Where
Jesus
it does.
Christ.
No,
No.
really quick.
No.
What was
seconds.
your
I'm
dream
saying it.
about? This is where
It
this is
was
where you
about nerf.
switch.
It was about nerf. It was about
This is where you
some
switch
kids in
the
a
audio
neighborhood
over.
started a
Oh.
So your
neighborhood-wide
chat.
Can we just
nerf.
start the music?
I'm just going to talk over him this entire time because this is where he switches the audio over to the chat so we can continue while he tells the chat his story because you need to be part of Respawn's Twitch chat to get the stories because they will never appear on the podcast. Never. Not once.
I'm just going to start the music.
Hi, guys, and welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast, a show where we discuss tips, tricks, and tools to help all Guardians succeed and enjoy playing the game even more. What makes us different? Well, for starters, we're not streamers or YouTubers. We just have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 info, news, and opinions. We do encourage your questions and feedback. You can contact us either by email at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com or on Twitter at twotitans_hunter, and that's the number 2. Now, on with the show. And what about you, young demon? How active have you been this week?
What do you mean?
Like, have you done all the activities? Do you have the Gallahorn? Do you have the Sidearm? What's going on? What have you done?
I've done stuff.
Yeah, we've just got through talking that I've done next to nothing this week because I've had no time.
Well, should we start the show and then we can talk about the stuff?
I was starting the show. That was my opening for you.
What? So you've done the intro and you've welcomed people to the show. You said who I am, you are, and who Parody is.
Sure. Why not?
No, you haven't.
What?
In
You
his own
lie.
head, he did.
That's
He did.
racist.
Well, let's go through it again. Who are you?
I am Respawn.
Good.
What is your name? What is your quest?
Who's the man to the left of
What is
you?
your favorite color?
Well, we know the man to the left's favorite color.
Do we though? Do we really?
I think he's talking to you.
He is talking to me. I am the man to the left. I am Parody, the Pink Panther Titan. Although that new clothing they gave us looking pretty nice. Might have to not be a samurai for a while. And then the man who must deal with the fighting computers, the screaming children, and the many birthday parties across the pond. Who are you, good sir?
I'm Night Demon, your friendly British host, who
Friendly.
doesn't have that many. Well, I don't have that many screaming children. Respawn has the only screaming child at the moment for the last couple of weeks.
He's not even screaming. He's cooing. What are you talking about?
Well, we hear a different side of the story.
Wow. Story time!
No story times.
We have so many things to get through. There's no time for stories.
Is it relevant to the show?
Absolutely
it
not.
isn't.
We know it isn't.
In no world is it. One day, Respawn will look at his fancy mic that can connect to his phone, and he'll figure out he can mute one input and then tell the chat all the stories. So I think that's why you want to go.
See, the thing is, I know how to do that already. Watch, go,
See, you want to go to twitch.tv/no one responds in real life so you can hear all of his stories that you're not going to hear in the podcast. Because even if you think you hear them live, you're not going to hear them in the actual show. So if you want all the good stories, go watch Respawn on Twitch.
We know the only reason that he's doing it is because he wants to beat Gator and Hazel next year for the
next year. No,
Spotify Unwrapped. You want to beat them for Spotify Unwrapped?
That year.
Well, no, it comes around every year.
Yeah, it does come around yearly. You won't know until next year.
Exactly.
Until sometime in late November or early December, whenever they feel like getting around to it, and yeah. So Respawn has played all the game. I've played none of the game. How much of the game have you played this week?
Played a little bit of the game, only because, as I think I said last week, my internet has been so bad to the point that it actually only just started working yesterday. I wake up every day and I do a speed test and I go, I don't even know why I bother waking up today. I can't do anything. To be fair, I did play Destiny this week and I did play with Gator and Hazel, so I'd just like to shout out to those, the Guardian Down guys. They took me through a blind run of the dungeon, which was quite enjoyable, seeing as I was lagging all over the place.
Did your lag powers help you avoid the booby traps?
yeah, I avoided some of the booby traps. I was very, very fast in the Sparrow run, and my abilities of glitching helped res in the final room quite a lot of times. So yeah, power to the internet, or not so much to the internet, for helping us get through that.
Well, now you don't have to worry about that
Marvelous.
because Cheese has found all of the cheese spots for all the rooms. So there you go.
He has.
I think Night Team
Yeah.
found it first. Just says have terrible internet, and then every
yeah,
room
yeah.
is a cheese spot. It's nothing but cheese as far as the eye can
That's
see.
not
It's
a
just
cheese
cheese
spot.
of
That's
cheese.
invincibility. That's false invincibility.
That's just oceans of cheese. Nice. Hills of cheese, mountains of cheese, rivers of cheese. It's all cheese.
If you do want to catch our gameplay, I believe that the Guardian Down guys did upload it to their YouTube channel, so you can see me glitching around as much as possible. I do apologise. It was terrible gameplay. So
Was your audio working? Like, were you able to talk to them at all, or was that all glitching all
yeah,
over the place?
because we were talking through Discord,
Ah,
so that was easier. Because
so at least you could talk to each other and not just be
yes,
at the mercy of the Xbox glitching you all over the place.
but it was the worst week for my internet to go down. Not only have we got the 30th anniversary bundle, but I'm Banner this week, and I've played one game because I just couldn't bring myself. It was terrible. I was all over the place, and not only for I couldn't hit, the side of a barn door, just nothing. I couldn't hit
Mhm.
anybody, and I was like, this is just terrible. But the one
But
game that I
conversely,
did,
they couldn't hit you either, right?
oh no, I was being hit. Just obviously, obviously I was that bad. But I did play one game yesterday morning, and I played with my new battle rifle, and it is glorious.
It is so good. Oh my god. Sorry. No, but it is extremely good. It is by far the most stable, longest range pulse rifle I think I've ever used. It is crazy
And
good.
my second roll, I think I got a really good roll. I got the perpetual motion and kill clip on it. Oh, it's lovely with the
See,
stability
I
masterwork.
thought that was going to be good for PvP, and
Oh, it is.
people
Sixes.
that have that in PvP have told me the perpetual motion doesn't make much of a difference.
Oh,
Does
what?
it really?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just saying, that's what I was told. I don't have the perpetual motion roll, but I was told perpetual motion doesn't make enough of a difference to matter.
Okay, so when you pair it with the frame, it's a legacy frame. It's a brand new frame that we've got
Yep.
for it. So it says customized frame with dramatically increased accuracy, stability, and targeting whilst hip firing. So whilst you're hip firing, and you can proc perpetual motion, this weapon gains bonus stability, handling, reload speed whilst the wielder is in motion. Stacks on top of that. Plus, I've got a stability masterwork. Oh, headshots for days. I was out shooting snipers. They were very upset. I was having glorious fun with it.
Do you have the sidearm? I hear the sidearm is even better.
Literally 10 minutes before I came to the show, I went and got my sidearm.
Yeah.
And
So
there is a caveat to that.
Has fired it no.
No. There is a caveat to that. With regards to the sidearm, there is a quest that you go and get this new sidearm. And
spoilers? Question mark?
No, it's not spoilers.
Okay, I'm just asking.
One of the steps is to go to the horse and pick up one of its bounties, and then take that bounty and complete that in the Dares of Eternity.
We call it the Space Horse Arena.
Space Horse Arena.
It's all about the Space Horse.
So you have to complete these bounties in the Space Horse Arena. Now, I didn't realise that there were 3 daily ones, 2 weekly, and then an extra special weekly one. And I picked up I think it was just the normal weekly one where it said XP++. So I thought, oh, that's good. I had to get kinetic kills, I had to get melee kills, and I had to get over 18,000 in score. And every time I was missing one of the items, I got the melee kills, that was fine, and the score. And then the second time I did it, I got the kinetic, but missed out on the melee and got the score. I was like, oh my God, why is this one so hard? After picking up one that just said, get pulse rifle kills and get 16,000. It wasn't until I went back to the Space Horse and read them properly, and I thought, I'm picking up a harder one. Why am I not doing the easier ones?
Right.
So I then went back and just completed. There's a hand cannon one, an auto rifle one, and a pulse rifle and a shotgun one. So they were a lot easier than just doing the other ones. And the extra special one for the weekly is that you have to go and do the legendary version of it. And I thought, yeah, that can wait. That's fine. I need a team for that kind of thing.
Yeah, like a 6-man team. We did it as a 4-man team so we could get the couch emote, but that was not easy.
I saw someone with that couch emote and just bust out laughing. He pulled it out in that area where you pick, you stand on one of the 3 tiles to go, and have the Star Horse judge your choices. He pulled the couch emote out, and I sat down next to him, and it just laughed my head off. It's great. It's wonderful.
It's quite good. It is quite good. But what I was really surprised by, like legitimately, what caught me off guard was the legendary trace rifle. Legendary. I was like, is this what I think it is? And yeah, dude, I was just like, it's crazy. And I was telling him the role that I had earlier, and it's a really, really good role, man. I can shoot for days. And I mean, it's whatever. Just whatever. I'm distracted now, and I've fallen down. Damn it. But yeah, some subsistence with frenzy, and I have over 100 stability. It is a laser beam that just gets stronger the longer you hold down that button.
So Bungie, if you want to break that at some point to make it superly overpowered and have it be on a weekend where Trials is up, I'm just saying it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Well, I think Trials is more about the sidearm than it is the trace rifle.
Not if you break it and make it superly powerful and make it laser attack Trials. It could be a labs. I'm just saying.
Yeah. True. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I really like the gun.
You'd be opposed to the nerf that followed very quickly afterwards.
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm afraid of right now is the Gallahorn came in really, really good, right? Really good, far better than I expected it to be. And me and a couple of my buddies are all like, "Yeah, no, it's too good. It's gonna get nerfed. It's absolutely gonna get nerfed."
Yeah, but I'm curious though. It's like we were talking a little bit before the show. Because it's a heavy weapon, because you're not going to bring it into PvP and mow people down a la the Vex. I don't know if it's going to get nerfed. I mean, unless it's just so overpowered, you're like, wrecking Master Nightfall bosses in like one volley. Then I could see them.
They're one phasing them. Well, not the Master. I don't know about the Master.
Yeah. Or I mean, the Grandmaster. I mean, if I could see if you walk into a Grandmaster Nightfall and you just, line up side by side, the 3 of you, shoot 3 Gallahorn shots, at the boss, and the boss goes down. Yeah, they'll probably tone it back some because they'll go, that's just too, that's too easy mode.
No.
But if it's doing, I mean, but even in the raid, like you've got 6 people in the raid, like there's a lot of damage you can do. Like if you're able to one phase raid bosses, I mean that's been a thing forever. There's always something out there. I feel like they can one phase a raid boss.
And you notice those things always get nerfed after a certain amount of time.
Right, after a certain amount of time, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're never going to touch the Gallahorn. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be. It's not like day 1, week 1, people are going to start screaming for a nerf for it. It's, I mean, primarily was always a PvE weapon. I mean, yeah, you could use it in PvP, but again, it's a heavy weapon. You could only do so much with it. Like you were saying earlier, I think I'm curious to see how it plays out in Gambit almost more than I am PvP or and causing problems for people. Yeah, PvE is PvE. Do as much damage as you like. The more the merrier.
Yeah. PvP, as long as you stay on the ground, it's pretty good. If you jump in the air, that'll take about 2.4 years for it to fire. So be aware. I got killed by a floating warlock just because he was probably up there for 9 days before he fired it. So unless you can do something like that, I would not jump in the air and fire the Gallahorn. You're not gonna like the results.
How long have we had him whining how he's going to hate the fact that the Gallahorn's going to come back and be underperforming? How many weeks did we have to listen to that? It was the same record for weeks, and then he was like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!"
If you want to talk about that record, unless you edited it out, I also in those things when I was complaining about it coming back underpowered said, and if it doesn't, it's going to get the same nerf treatment all the other D1 to D2 weapons have got.
No,
don't make me wonder. You lie, and I'm not even going to
said that in your head
because I've been streaming it this whole time. I've been giving it the benefit of a doubt that it might come in good, but it's going to get D1 exotic treatment at some point. You,
said that.
sir, are a fibber. You are a Fibonacci, and I am insulted by your arrogance and your deceit.
If you would have said I'm insulted by your sequence there, I would have given you major points. So close.
Well, before my internet cuts out too much, I better tell you
Okay.
what's happening next week in Destiny.
Should we get a replacement for you?
Well, I mean, the
Why?
internet's being replaced, so
Yeah, the internet by the time I come to you live next week, the internet will have been replaced with fiber.
No, what I mean is for today, for right now. Should we have you replaced? Because I don't know how long you're going to be here.
I don't know how
I'm
long
sure
any of
you
us are going
two
to be
can
here.
do lots of reading. It's fine.
We're somewhat literate.
Well, yeah, I know that, but
My wife bought me Hooked on Phonics for Christmas. So
Well, it's not going to help you yet for another couple weeks.
she bought it for my Christmas present. I didn't say I was getting it for Christmas.
So what is happening next week, Destiny?
I don't know.
next week, the Dawning returns, and it's bringing Evil Levante back to the tower. So
Lies.
Grandma Stranger Danger is returning to the tower again. Just happens to be at the same time as, maybe it'll be towards the end of Christmas. There'll be something happening with our story that we've probably forgotten about for the last couple of months. Because
There's a story.
there was, we've still got that witch, locked up in that chrysalis somewhere. Well, I say somebody has, or I haven't actually been there for a very long time, so I don't even know if it's still there. Might not even be there. She might have been moved.
It has been a
You
while.
think one of the Techions could be a guard? Like, they're all facing the wrong way. Like, she could be up to all sorts of stuff and no one's watching her.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently, even if you're watching her, it doesn't do much good.
We're going to get a new rotation of enemies appearing in the Dares of Eternity, or the Space Horse Arena, as we are now calling it. You can get extra rewards in the Devil's Lair Nightfall. I don't know what the extra rewards are. That's very vague. Normally,
Is it double loot? Is it just you get a prize box after each time? Does DMG hand you a candy cane? Like,
is it extra legendaries? Is that what you're trying to say? That's not exactly enticing me to go into it. I just want to play, the horse arena for a very long time, over and over again.
do
Which I
you
might
just
do.
get like an over dramatic weapon that like gives you wisecracks and gives you a bunch of attitudes, it's just being really extra? It's hard to say.
Yeah. And we can throw more grenades when Mayhem returns to the Crucible.
Delightful!
I'm happy they've taken Mayhem off the same rotation week as Iron Banner, because I love both, and it was a
Yeah.
hard decision to make of, if I have limited time, which one do I go do? So now I'm glad I have a choice. I can do Iron Banner, and then I can do Mayhem, or neither of them, because life.
It's going to be a good one to kind of test out how fast your supers regen with the changes in Mayhem, and if you are interested in the various different cooldowns, because regardless of what they've told us in patch notes and twabs, Cool Guy has actually put a video together of actual numbers of all the different tiers of cooldowns for abilities, grenades, and supers, which I will link in the show notes, going from tier 1 all the way up to 10 for all
Well,
three
Bungie
classes.
did that too in the TWAB. We have numbers in this TWAB that tell us the same thing.
No. This is what I'm
No,
saying
no,
to you.
we have grenade numbers. We don't have, and even
Oh.
those are not entirely real world.
I see.
Yes, and no, but the thing is, in Cool Guy's video, if you watch it, actual proper timing. There are supers like the what's the Hunter Revenant super, with the whirlwind and all of that. That was meant to be a tier 3, I believe. So it was meant to be quite a fast regenning super, but apparently, according to Cool Guy, with the cooldowns, it's actually a tier 2. So there are various different changes that they haven't actually told us, or the supers have actually been changed, and the regeneration rates have actually changed, that you might want to kind of check out the video and see why your super may be performing better than what they actually told you it was going to be, or even worse than what they told you it was going to be.
Does he put times, even just like estimated times, to like how fast a tier 1 versus a tier 5 regenerates?
Yes, he has it all on screen in like different like coloured bars and things, to the point it even says, you can pause this, go away, take a screenshot so you know what you're kind of looking at for each one. It was brilliant. So I think it's only about a 10-15 minute video, but it's kind of goes through all the numbers of everything that has changed.
Yeah, I was shocked because I saw his tweet going, "Hey, I'm working on this," and then I saw the video come out. I didn't see it till way late last night, and clicked into it going, "Is this going to be like a 45-minute breakdown?" And it was only 10 or 13 minutes. I was like, "All right, this is good and watchable. I just haven't had time to do it." That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's not one of those ones where we're sitting there waiting for the super to regen. He's actually done that, and kind of he's just explaining what he's kind of done in his testing. So yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, Mayhem next week. That'd be good.
Cannot wait. Yeah, for having a quiet November, we've had 3 events drop now in 3 weeks in Destiny. There's a lot going on.
There is, to be honest, there is still that kind of fear of missing out on each event or each thing that comes up in Destiny. We've got 3 months till the end of this big season, and there's quite a lot of stuff to get done that they've just put into the game. We've got the Dawning coming up next week, which will also bring extra stuff to do. There'll be more triumphs to get. We've got the 30th anniversary stuff, which
Probably
has brought you more triumphs.
Weapon, or not exotic, legendary. Can't hear me, can you?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we can hear you. We've got moments of triumph that have come up also with more triumphs. And then we're going to have all the stuff that you possibly haven't done for the last 3 years. I mean, there are things, I've still missed out on a few Forsaken things that I'm now panicking that I need to get done. There's 2 definite ones that I need to get done. There's the Nightfall strike with the electric boss and not taking any arc damage in that Nightfall. And the other one is getting 500 of the public events up in the top corner with the shooting the ether harvest. 500. Why would you do that? That's not even the one that spawns. That's not even the one that spawns that often on the Tangled Shore. The one that spawns more often is the drop pods from the prison. But no, we have to go and do the other one, the ether harvest, up in the top corner. It's like, oh my god, it's not even a spawn point. So you have to spawn in and drive your sparrow to it and sit there and wait. I'm like, oh. So
I know what you're going to be doing while you edit the podcast for the next couple of weeks.
Well, after we've had the Dawning come and go, because that's only going to be a Christmas thing, we'll still have the 30th anniversary stuff still around that could potentially be left until after, like, when the Witch Queen starts, because there'll still be some stuff that you can do for that. But I think the main thing to kind of focus on is stuff that is going away, like the Forsaken stuff. So if you want to get any of that stuff done, now's the time to kind of do it. And also, speaking about that, the Forsaken, if you've owned the Forsaken, like I have, and you guys will probably have, if you have got, there was, I think it was in one of the TWABs a couple of weeks ago about Forsaken Ciphers. So these are ones that you basically get given. And if you go to the Monument of Lost Light in the tower, you go to the Forsaken Exotics tab, you can get 3 Forsaken Ciphers. Now, anyone can do this, I think, that's owned Forsaken. And if you pick those up in the tower, if you've got all the exotics, you can then trade those 3 in for 3 Ascendant Shards. So I'm up to 8 Ascendant Shards. I'm doing well with my Ascendant Shards. So that's your golf balls.
Well, there you go. Respawn 3 free golf balls. So if you own Forsaken now, does it count if you have it Forsaken on Game Pass or if you paid real monies for
No,
Forsaken?
because that went now. That's come and gone, hasn't it? So if you own Forsaken, you got given these 3 Forsaken Ciphers, and you could use those to purchase. I think it's part of the new thing. So if you purchase it now, the Forsaken pack, you get these 3 Forsaken exotic ciphers, which will give you access to any of the Forsaken exotics. So, for example, you've got the Sparrow, you've got the Taraba, you've got the Anarchy, the Truth rocket launcher, you've got
Can you get
the
the
Lumina
Taraba?
hand cannon.
Can you get the Taraba or the Anarchy out of that, even though those were raid
Yes.
exotics? Do they
Yes,
put them?
because
Do they put all the exotics into that monument now?
Yeah. Well, the Forsaken ones. So if you go to the Monument of Lost Light in between the 2 vaults in the tower, you'll see what's available. I mean, you've got Ace of Spades.
I didn't see Terabyte in there. I looked earlier. I didn't see Terabyte in there.
Terabyte is right next to the No Time to Explain Sparrow, right at the end.
Well, I have 3 of the things, so how come it's telling me that I can't get it then?
I don't know. On the
Well, you've got 3 of the ciphers. You've got 3 ciphers, have you?
Yeah. Said I had 3.
Yeah.
on the screen when you mouse over it? What does it say when you try to buy it? That you're missing a cipher?
I'm in a thing.
Well, then it doesn't help me.
Yeah, I'll go check after this because I went in the other one. I saw the Terrible still for sale for all that stuff, but when I went into the first one, I didn't see the Terrible.
Yeah, so you can collect. You can use your Forsaken Ciphers to purchase 3 of the exotics, and I'm not entirely sure because where I've already got the exotics, I don't know if there's extra currency that Respawn's kind of looking at to adding to them. But I'm guessing that you can pick up like the Ace of Spades, the Last Word, Le Monarch, the Jotun, the Zinami's Burden, the Thorn, Lumina, Truth, and I think that's Bad Juju, because those ones were part of just kind of quests that aren't available for you to kind of complete now. Maybe the Anarchy and the Terror, because they were raid exotics, you need spoils and other stuff to purchase them. We will probably get a live update from Respawn once he's gone and investigated in the tower.
I'll do it after this.
Yeah, I was saying, if I could just walk over and buy an Anarchy with that, but I figured it would be the non-raid exotics they put into there for you to get with the ciphers. Interesting. Yeah, well, I was going to say, if you were to go, if people were saying, "Hey, there's a big list here, and I've got 3 to choose from," what's the first 1 or 2 you'd buy, and why is it Jotun?
It wouldn't be.
I'd be really torn. I mean, Jotun is a very good weapon, very good fusion.
No, it's not. It's really not.
I love the Monarch.
Nope. It's a bad fusion. You should not get it, and it's absolutely terrible in PvP.
What about the
Don't
Monarch?
Even try to bring it in there.
Le Monarch?
Also horrendously bad in PvP. Don't have that. No.
It's just like the first 3 I think you can pick, so don't worry about losing out. You won't lose out. They will still be in the tower for you to kind of collect as and when you can do them.
Though, is that the Malfeasance sitting over there?
Possibly.
Malfeasance is incredibly good for PvE.
I was just I've heard, because I know that it got the explosion buff, and I've seen some people saying you can like 5-tap people out of supers in it with the Malfeasance. So I haven't had a chance to play with mine yet, but that's the one hand cannon I can endorse as a person who is not good at hand cannons. That's one that I don't know if it's just the slower fire rate or what it is, but I like the feel of it. Like it works in my.
Well, it's actually kind of a faster fire rate, and it even, in my opinion, it fasters fire. It fires faster when you're hip firing. Damn it. But the thing about it is, you also have that explosion, and it's super stable. That's the thing. It's easier to land your shots.
Yeah,
you don't have
that's what it is.
You don't have a 9-mile hike up whenever you fire around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's very stable. Because I mean, I use it honestly when I'm fighting Taken for the most part because it has those nice buffs against the Taken. I brought into PvP a little bit. Yeah. It's 180 RPM, so it's not a fast firing, but yeah, it's very stable and has a very predictable recoil. It has a 98 recoil direction.
Oh yeah, straight up.
So nice and vertical. So it is easier to land those shots. Yeah, you're not shooting it and then staring at the sky for a second, going, "Oh, look, a birdie up there."
Yeah, no, it's a very easy gun to use. And then outside of PvP, especially if you're a hunter, because should be, Lucky Pants just makes it so deadly. Astacross, if you look at Astacross's newest video where he was testing all the new weapons and the Gallahorn and all this other stuff, he tested the Malfeasance, and the Malfeasance does bonkers damage for a friggin' primary. It does heavy weapon levels of damage in PvE if you have Lucky Pants as a primary. It's nutty. So yeah, grab that. That's a really good first gun. Just don't grab Jotun. All these guys will tell you it's great in PvP. It's really not. All right, do not grab it. You'll be disappointed. I'm telling you. You can trust me.
And it sounds like Respawn has been disappointed by that gun and the burn damage it deals out in PvP. I know I was a couple weeks ago.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's not like that thing kills people without even aiming it. No, just yeah.
It's been talking to the Telesto. You fire it, it just waits around the corner for you and says, "Excuse me, sir," taps you on the shoulder and just lets you on fire.
Yeah. So about that, obviously it didn't happen, but the visuals made one think that it happened. Because at the end of one match, some guy fired a Jotun at me, but the match ended and didn't get to me before the match ended. And then at the beginning of the next match, I get tagged by a Jotun, but the guy that shot it in the last one wasn't there. And I looked at people's loadouts and nobody was wielding a Jotun. So obviously somebody fired it and swapped off the weapon or whatever. But the visuals are like, did that thing just kill me from the previous match? What?
You were still. It was a quick reload. You were still burning in space as you flew in.
Yeah. I'm just in the ship trying to patch up the burns and it's not working. Yeah, no, that had me dying. I'm just like, there's no way, that's not a thing. I was mad too. Oh my god, I was mad as a hornet. It's like that. What? And nobody even had it. I was just like, oh my god. Somebody had to know that it was me and just did it to piss me off. But whatever. Ah, funny story.
Well, I can tell you that they have updated the Eververse for the next couple of weeks, and we started back at week 1, or they have on Today in Destiny. So look, this week that we're currently in is week 1 of whatever we are now. So next week, the 14th of December, is going to be week 2 of, yeah. There are a couple of redacted items because we've got the Dawning. So there'll be a couple of Dawning items that will be coming. They're classified. We have some legendary gear that's only available for silver next week. These are going to be bundles for, there's the Dendrite Shimmer Hunter bundle, the Dendrite Shimmer Titan bundle, and the Dendrite Shimmer Warlock bundle, all for silver, 1,500 silver. So I'm guessing that's a full set of like cosmetic armor that we can get.
It contains a full set of the Titan, Warlock, and Hunter universal ornaments. You can buy all as a collection.
So many collections.
We have the Slapshot Finisher, which is your legendary finisher, for 800 silver. And the Compliance. This is an ornament for the Anarchy grenade launcher for 700 silver. That looks very Christmassy in colours. It looks, well, from what I can see. I could be wrong. And then for our Bright Dust next week, we have the Ski Walk legendary emote for 700 Bright Dust. We have the Piled High Transmat Effect, which is 450 Bright Dust. We Justified Cobalt, which is your legendary shader for 300 Bright Dust. We have the Snowball Fight Exotic Emote for 3,250 Bright Dust. We have the Graceful Spin, which is your legendary emote for 700 Bright Dust, redacted item. The Chills of Winter Exotic Sparrow for 2,500 Bright Dust. The Silverwing Kestrel, your exotic ship for 2,000 Bright Dust. The Frostborn weapon ornament for the Black Talon for 1,250 Bright Dust. And the Tangled Projection, which is your legendary ghost projection for 1,500 Bright Dust. So yeah, we've got some cool stuff. If you wanted the Compliance ornament for the Anarchy, it will be coming up for Bright Dust the following week, which is going to be the 21st of December for 1,250 Bright Dust. There's going to be a couple of things that are available for Bright Dusts as well as kind of silver. And I believe I did see a video from Houndish that he'd only just posted today. I'm just going to check because
That Houndish
if
posted.
there is,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that Houndish posted. It was literally about an hour before we came on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it says Destiny 2, no silver required for the Eververse loot. So I'm guessing this is going to be anything that's happening in the next couple of weeks because he has access to the same stuff that we have access to.
Nice.
Yeah. For week 3, for the 21st of December, we have Parody's favourite sparrow, which is the polar bear, coming back from previous Dawning events for 2,500 Bright Dust.
A little bit of a segue, and I want to say this before I forget, because I don't know if you saw the video, but Sweatsickle has a video that shows that the fastest sparrow in the game by 17% is the I have it on my right now. No, always on time. It's the always on time sparrow. It is faster than any other 160 by 17%.
We know that.
Well, no, we've speculated that. Now we know that.
No, we've always known that.
No, we haven't.
You may have
Wasn't that the whole point of that sparrow? I've always heard that's the fastest one. Where does
Yeah.
that
I
one
mean,
come from?
it comes from the raid.
Yeah, I mean that's always been the one that everyone says this one is faster than everything else, even though on it says it's a 160, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster than 160, definitely. But even 160s aren't 160s because he said that he was doing testing and some of these 160s were going as fast as the 150. Or maybe you can say the 150s are going as fast as 160s. Either way, there was a negligible difference between a lot of these 160s and 150s. The always on time is the only 160 that really stood head and shoulders above the rest.
If you are interested in getting the new weapon ornament for the Dead Man's Tale, the Dead Man's Revenge, that will be available on the 18th of January for 1,250 bright dust. So if it's one that you're looking at purchasing with silver, you can wait a couple of weeks and get that one. Also coming, I think there's the Devil's Advocate, which is the weapon ornament for the Devil's Ruin sidearm, which is 1,250 bright dust, and that'll be coming on the 25th of January. And then the new pink mist ornament for the Mouse Feasance, that will be coming on the 8th of February. So if you're looking to get those ones, they will be coming up in the database. And I think I did see the new one for Seed and Ash, which is the new weapon ornament for the Witherhoard, which will be 1,250 bright dust, and that will be coming up the 4th of January. So if you're interested in collecting some of those new ones they've put in the database, yeah, go and check out Houndish's video for a few more details, but I just thought I'd kind of let you guys know. That's what's available.
Excellent. The Christmas stuff is always really good. They had a snowman entrance. Last year before that I have had on my Titan for a million years. I just love being a snowman every time I spawn in. The piled high presence is also looking good, and the sweet entrance comes up next week. The big minty candy piece that drops down. I like all the winter transmat effects more than anything else they've done.
I think the one where you're in a present and you explode out of the present is pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that when we have the dawnings or when we have the haunted stuff come back, they always bring back what happened in the previous couple of years. You might not necessarily be able to get it for Bright Dust, but it's normally there in the Eververse store to get for silver as well. So you do have a chance to get some of those items that you did miss out on previous seasons.
Very nice.
So as we're talking about the dawning, and we might as well cover some information on the dawning this year. So the dawning is an event that comes around every Christmas, and Eva Levante visits the tower. She brings a holiday oven, and we can then go and bake cookies from ingredients that we get out in the wild. And we give these cookies to various different vendors, and they will give you gifts in return. And sometimes these may be the weapons that are available for this holiday season. They may be enhancement prisms, enhancement cores, things like that. So, or blue armor, as what it generally is. But you do have a chance to get some of the weapons. So basically, this holiday oven lives in your inventory, and you can select it, go into it, and you can see a list of ingredients to then bake certain cookies. Now, you start off with a non-masterworked oven because each time they add more recipes to it that you then have to create. And the good news is, if you have participated in previous dawning events and you have created some of the cookies prior to this event, that would have already been in the database knowing that you've already created these cookies, so you don't need to then worry about what ingredients you need to combine to actually create the cookies. They will automatically be in your inventory in the oven, basically. And for each batch of cookies delivered, you will gain progress towards bounties and rewards for some seasonal cheer. So just like the Festival of the Lost, New Light players need to ensure that they've met the following requirements before they can participate in the dawning festivities. Going on last year's information, so you had to have escaped the Cosmodrome and unlocked the tower, which is pretty basic. You kind of need to do that as part of the intro quest anyway to get to the tower. So once you've done that, achieve the minimum power level, and I believe it's probably 1260. So during the event, there will be weekly and repeatable dawning bounties, which also grant bright dust, giving you more sources of this currency for the new items on the Eververse storefront, which is good. last year there was one item that was available for silver only, which was the Perfect 10 finisher. That possibly could be the case this year as well. As I said, with the holiday oven that you get given, which is in your inventory, if you go into it, you can select some of the cookies or bake the cookies. Will tell you which ingredients you need. With that in mind, let's go over what cookies you need to give each NPC and how to get the ingredients for them. So the ingredients were split into two groups: uncommon ingredients, which could drop from specific enemy types, and rare ingredients, which could be dropped from doing specific things, usually killing enemies. There was also Essence of Dawning, which was used in every recipe. Luckily, Essence of Dawning can be attained from literally every activity, from patrols to strikes, so you should never run out. So your uncommon Dawning ingredients and how to get them are Ether Cane, which is kill Fallen, Titan Powder, which is kill Hive, Vex Milk, kill Vex, Cabal Oil, which is kill Cabal, Taken Butter, kill Taken, and Dark Ether Cane, which is kill Scorn. And then you have your rare Dawning ingredients, which was Null Taste, kills with Void Guns or abilities, Electric Flavor, which is kill with Arc Guns or abilities, Impossible Heat, kills with Solar Guns and abilities, Bullet Spray, kills with Auto Rifles, Submachine Guns or Heavy Machine Guns, Delicious Explosion, which is kills with grenades, grenade launchers or rocket launchers, Sharp Flavor, kills with swords, Personal Touch, kills with melee attacks and abilities, Perfect Taste, kills with precision shots, and Flash of Inspiration, which was generate orbs of power. So those are your ingredients, plus your Essence of Dawning, which can be obtained from all the activities, which we'll go over in a second. So the recipes for the different NPCs around the Destiny world, you have Zavala's Galadoodles, which is Ether Cane and Delicious Explosion, Shax's Vanilla Blades, which is Cabal Oil and Sharp Flavor, Hawthorne's Elixir Birdseed, which is Ether Cane and Personal Touch, Amanda Holiday's Chocolate Ship Cookies, which is Cabal Oil and Null Taste, Ikora's Traveller's Donut Holes, which is Cabal Oil and a Flash of Inspiration, the Drifter's Dark Chocolate Motes, which is Taken Butter and Null Taste, Banshee 44's Telemetry Tapioca, which is Vex Milk and Bullet Spray, Zer's Strange Cookies, which is Taken Butter and Electric Flavor, Eris Morn's Ascendant Oatmeal Raisin Cookies, which is Chitin Powder and Finishing Touch, Riven, which is 1,000 Layer Cookies, which is Taken Butter and Delicious Explosion, St. 14's Lavender Ribbon Cookies, which is Vex Milk and Personal Touch, Ada 1, which was Hot Cross Fire Buns, is Ether Cane and Balanced Flavor, Devram K's Gentleman Shortbread is Ether Cane and Perfect Taste, Failsafe's Infinite Forest Cakes is Vex Milk and Impossible Heat, Spider's Candy Dead Ghosts, which is Dark Ether Cane and Flash of Inspiration, Petravenge's Ill Fortune Cookies, which is Dark Ether Cane and Impossible Heat, Tess Everest has Bright Dust Snowballs, which is Chitin Powder and Multifaceted Flavors, Varex has Etheric Cold Snaps, which is Chitin Powder and Electric Flavor, Shorhan, it has Blueberry Crumblers, which are Ether Cane and Bullet Spray. The Crow's Bittersweet Biscotti is Dark Ether Cane and Nut Flavor. And Eva Levante's Classic Butter Cookies are Taken Butter and Superb Texture. Now, this year there are 2 additional recipes to create, and I'm not entirely sure what they will be as yet, because, again, they're not being shared in the database. But I can tell you, Queen Mara Sarv has the Ascendant Apple Tarts, and the Exo Stranger has the Stalwart Thins. There was at one point a bonus recipe called the Burnt Edge Transmats for Master Rahul, which was Cabal Oil and Personal Touch. But that wasn't working last year, so I'm guessing that's probably out of the rotation. Also, with the Holiday Oven, it starts off as a regular Holiday Oven before you masterwork it. And the only way to masterwork it is to learn all the recipes. So we will need to learn the 2 new recipes, any existing players anyway, to add that, to get that to turn into a masterwork again. So if you've previously masterworked it in previous years, every year they add a couple more recipes, which then turns it back into a normal oven, and then you have to masterwork it again. So we'll have to learn those 2 new ones. Or if you're new to the game, you'll have to learn all of those ones, which will mean that you need a lot of essence. So with that in mind, the masterworking of the oven does bring down the cost of the cookies, well, the essence to add to the cookies from 15 to 10, which is good, and basically equaling more cookies to give out to more chances to get more packages containing the event weapons and stuff. So with that in mind, farming Essence of Dawning, any activity should give you between 10 and 12 essence. Wrathborn hunts last year gave a good amount. They gave between 15 and 16 per run. And also Legendary Lost Sectors also gave between 15 and 16 per run. So you can either try and do those solo for the exotics as well, or take a fire team in with no exotic drops, but it will be able to be farmed faster. And just to make you aware that the Master Lost Sectors won't give you any extra, they drop the same amount, so it's between 15 and 16 essence that you get. Public events were 5 essence each, but you could again try double dipping with those, and if you're not sure what that means, is basically complete the event as quick as possible and try and do it heroically, and then transmat back to the same location that you knew that was a public event on, so that you do have the chance of maybe jumping onto another server that somebody's also in the middle of doing the public event. You then have a chance at coming in right at the end and getting another 5 essence, and you could double and triple dip sometimes, but sometimes the best idea was to kind of just jump down around the EDZ on all the different locations, because the public event spawns very, very quickly. So if you want to try that, you could do that. Also, another really good one was Mayhem, and as it's up next week as the featured Crucible mode, will be a very good way to quickly gather some of the essence as the matches go very, very fast. So back in 2018, there was a short quest, and there was a quest, I think, 2019 and 2020 as well. But the original quest, you had to go around and give each different NPC a cookie. You had to create the cookie and then go around and give it to them. And that would unlock the Dawning Cheer Exotic Sparrow. And each year, the quest has kind of slightly changed. So I can tell you that it's called Rite of Dawning. Step 1 is speak with Commander Zavala in the tower. Step 2 is search for Red Legion datapads containing festive intel in Firebase Hades in the EDZ. Step 3 is collect ceremonial cups from the caches in the Pathfinder's Crash Lost Sector located in Firebase Hades in the EDZ. Additionally, defeating Cabal in the EDZ to gather ritual schematics. Step 4, acquire Tonebait ceremonial vestments from the final chest in the Arms Dealer Strike in the EDZ. Step 5, deliver dark chocolate motes to the Drifter located in the Tower Annex. Step 6, return to the Drifter in the Tower Annex and convince him to part with his bottle of Torabettle Red. Step 5, return to Zavala in the tower to receive an update on your plans to share Dawning Cheer with the Cabal. Step 8, complete the Proving Ground Strike available via Nessus or the Vanguard Strikes playlist. Step 9, return to Commander Zavala in the tower. And Step 10, report to Eva Levante in the tower. And it looks like we should be getting a new shader from this, which is called the Malbo Breeze. Very pink and gold. That's interesting. And an emblem from the Ashes. So that's probably part of the quest that you can get this year. Not an exotic sparrow, but it will do. Something else to add to the collection. We did have an exotic ship last year, which was called the Starfair, and you could upgrade the warp transmats on them. So as it's flying through hyperspace, going to whatever destination you're going to, you could change the different colours via different upgrades. This is something I'm not sure if it's coming back this year, or if it is it something that's purchasable via Eververse, and you get the 3 different effects as is. Last year we had to earn them. This year you may have to purchase them. Each year there is a featured weapon. Not sure what the featured weapon is this year.
Do you think what do you think the new weapon is going to be? Because I saw you post that fusion rifle again. Please tell me when I can have that fusion rifle for another season.
Yes, well, I can tell you.
Are we really? Oh my god!
The Glacier Chasm, which was the fusion rifle that came last year, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've already had it. We don't need it again.
It was a high impact frame, so slow firing, high damage. This weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights. It's coming back. It has an impact of 95 and a range of 67 at base. Aim assist of 55. Not very much stability. But yeah, I believe that you can now get I think the new perks that are going to be on it, like Surplus, Killing Wind, I don't believe those were on it last year. So that'd be one to look out for.
The
And
old
the
gun with new
Zephyr.
rolls. That's still kind of lazy, in my opinion. I mean, we've already had that. You can bring another weapon, Des. Maybe a
But
weapon
no,
that's
what
going to
they
have a
tend-
buff next season. You
No,
know?
but what they tend to do is they bring back the old weapons that we've had in the previous like dawnings, for example. So we've had the Glacier Chasm, which was the fusion rifle, the Zephyr, which is the sword, which is also coming back with some new perks.
Yeah,
So-
but the Glacioclasm seems to me like they're having it as the primary weapon to get again, right?
No,
I understand if it's like in the package of the other weapons or whatever, like the Avalanche, for example,
But,
right?
yeah, we don't know until they actually come. And sometimes nearly every single time they give us an extra
Okay.
weapon. So they'll give us all the
Okay,
older
okay.
weapons, like the Cold Front, the
That
machine
makes me
gun,
feel better.
submachine gun.
I thought you were saying that was going to be the weapon again.
No.
Okay.
So we've
Just
got the Zephyr. Yeah. We've got the Zephyr returning, which is the sword, and they've given it the damage of stasis, and the new perk on it is Cold Steel, which is powered sword hits, slow targets. So there's a couple of new things
The
to look
Glimmer
out for with
Sparrow?
that.
Oh, the Glimmers. He wanted you to mention that the Glimmer Sparrow, the sleigh, is going to start producing glimmer again as soon as the dawning starts. So if you have the sleigh with the glimmer bag in the back, it'll start spewing
Who
out
wanted
glimmer.
us to say that?
Joker.
Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joker, for pointing that out.
if you're short
So,
on
yeah.
glimmer, there you go.
Well, let's face it. I
Just
think it was
do
like one
donuts in
glimmer.
the same spot. Pick up your own glimmer.
While Night Demon is sitting waiting for his public event to spawn, he can also then spawn some glimmer just driving.
Yeah, just be running around in circles, waiting for my public event.
Right.
Sir, why is there an igloo of glimmer over there? I don't know. This guy's just driving in a circle. We don't know why. It's been at it all day.
Don't question it. Just take advantage of it, right?
So one of your triumphs for your moments of triumph this year are to do some legendary lost sectors, or no, master lost sectors.
Whoa!
So we've got a list of your legendary ones, which turn into the masters on the following day.
Which I have to remember, you don't have to do them solo. Because every time
Okay.
you say that, my brain goes, I don't want to do that solo. But you
No,
don't
you only have to do them
unless
solo
you're trying to get
the exotic.
exactly. Unless you're trying to get the exotic. If you're just trying to get them done, bring friends. Bring friends. Don't let your brain be like my brain and go, I'm not soloing that. Because you don't have to.
Yeah.
19 will, because he's hardcore like that.
Or if you're wielding the Gallahorn, you might want to.
So for Monday the 13th, we have the Chamber of Starlight on the Dreaming City giving you your exotic arms drops. And I've got a guide from PV Shifty for that. And PV Shifty's got a guide for you from Monday through to Thursday for each of these. So Tuesday the 14th of December will be the Aphelions Rest on the Dreaming City giving you your chess pieces. So that means that the Chamber of Starlight will turn to your master on Tuesday and so on and so forth. We have Wednesday the 15th of December will be the Empty Tank Tangled Shore Lost Sector on... Tangled Shore Lost Sector giving you your helmets. Thursday the 16th will be the K1 Logistics on the Moon giving you your legs. Friday and Saturday is Time Sausage Gaming giving you guides for the K1 Communion on Friday, giving you your arms, and K1 Crew Quarters on Saturday the 18th giving you your chess pieces, and those are both on the Moon. Then Sunday the 19th will be the K1 Revolutions on the Moon, giving you exotic helmets, with PV Shifty completing out the week for that. And Monday the 20th of December will be the Concealed Void on Europa, giving you exotic legs, and PV Shifty has got a guide for you for that. If you don't like any of those ones, we do have the Legionless channel and the Bounties channel giving you guides each week. And I believe Bounties kind of does a random one every now and then, updating ones from that he'd previously done. He does have a long list of ones that he does do, and each week they come up, he'll maybe just do an odd one that'll do a different version of it. So check those guys out. They will let you guys know what's what. And don't forget, weekly challenges. We still have the 10 weeks of challenges. If you haven't still completed them, like I haven't, and you're slowly completing those, that if you do the Master of All, which is 75 challenges, that will give you a large pile of bright dust. And all you have to do is complete those within the Season of the Lost.
Yeah,
and
only 75 challenges.
but you've got another 3 months. And let's face it, if you're up to 67 like I am, what's another 7 or 8?
Yeah, there's a number of challenges were retroactive because I just went and looked yesterday, and just to see, because I saw one pop up and it was like, oh, you've also retroactively completed 10 more of these. So it's nice that you're not doing these all fresh. It's
Nice.
hey, you've done this in the past. So I get to see all the things that I've just never gotten around to doing.
And if you are still doing your Shattered Realms, Bounties has the guides for you for those. So you've got the Forest of Echoes, the Ruins of Wraith, and the Debris of Dreams. And they are the solo flawless versions if you want to kind of have a look at the walkthroughs for you for those, if you're still trying to do those triumphs. Oh, any of the Grandmasters. So if you're doing the Grandmasters, and I believe they said that the Grandmasters selection has now gone live. So if you haven't done some of the Grandmasters in your Triumph to do gilding of it, then is it Conqueror title?
Yeah, the Conqueror.
Yeah. So if you haven't done your Conqueror title, you can now select the Grandmasters that you haven't done to then get those done. And we've got all the guides for you in our show notes, from Fallout, Above, Sneaky Beaver, Kimber Prime, Lucky
No,
Tempe,
go back. What's his name?
Cheese.
Sneaky
Which
Beaver.
one? Sneaky Beaver. You Mano Destra and Cheese. So yeah, check those out if you are trying to do one of them and you're finding it a little bit difficult, or you just want to have a look through before you try and tackle a GM. Check those out because they have some really good guides, and some of them have cheese spots and tricks and tips to kind of help get you through.
Which are very helpful. I ran a not Grandmaster, but a Master Nightfall last week with Blue Screen and Frosty. And we did fine up until the final room with all the electricity. Then it didn't go so fine. But then Cheese had a spot where you can basically sort of float down under the map and hang out there in a place where nobody can hit you. So Frosty, we sort of took turns jumping down there. Frosty got into the spot. I was like, all right, great. Don't move. You stay there. Blue Screen and I were then able to finish out the boss fight. And I guess I don't think that one works in the Grandmaster maybe, but it worked up to Master, which is what we were doing.
Why not?
We are not.
The same spot.
I don't know. It just either in Cheese's video or some reply said it didn't work in the Grandmaster. I don't know if there's a different mechanic that was. I don't know. Don't know. Didn't try it. Maybe it works in the Grandmaster. But yeah, but it worked for us and got us through because we were just not gonna live through that room. But yeah.
And which one was this? The final boss room?
Yeah, the final boss room with all the electricity. So much electricity.
The Shank's putting the electricity on the floor, so you can't jump and get out of the way.
Yep.
So do we have some TWAB stuff to talk about, don't we? We absolutely some information from the TWAB, and we have a few patch notes to kind of quickly go over. We did go over most of those, haven't we? There was a few things that they've updated that they didn't let us know, which was quite nice. We got to see, I'd say, 95% of the patch notes.
Oh yeah, far and away, yeah. I actually went through the huge patch 3.4.0 they put out to be like, all right, how much stuff did they not mention? And it's like almost word for word. It's like you've mentioned all of this somewhere else, which is good. I mean, when they were previewing the patches, that was the point. They were giving us all the previews. So, I mean, there were, and honestly, out that whole list, there was a couple things in Crucible they changed, fixed some issues with some of the spawn points in some of the Crucible matches, fixed some out of bounds areas, so people just have to get to different places to go out of bounds. There were a couple of Lost Sector fixes about how the Darkness Zone tendrils come in and out, and they changed a little bit of that. But really, for the most part, they've gone over all of this stuff in the past. Even all the free roams of the raid stuff, they've tweaked some cross-save information screens that give you better information, different information. Don't know, don't have it. All the weapons they talked about, armor they talked about. They fixed a number of things. There's one thing that they didn't tease for some reason, and I don't know why. There was an accessibility feature that the Respawn raged about at the time when they teased it.
They fixed my pink health bars, bro. And as you can see on the stream, see how the health bar is pink instead of yellow? Yeah. That's what I've been complaining about for months and months and months. And it's back.
Yeah, so they finally, as they say, fix the issue where the ultra combatants' health bars were not consistently respecting colorblind settings, and also the ultra combatant. So I'm not sure what the ultra combatant is versus a regular combatant, but they fix them in multiple colorblind modes. So if you had a colorblind mode they were broken in, hopefully it's fixed in all the colorblind. They say multiple, not all, so hopefully it means all. But
there's a video by Fallout That tells you what an ultra is, the difference between ultras and all these other ones.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and it's the symbol. Believe it or not, you know how the health bars have different shapes and different symbols on them? That means stuff. Yeah, who knew?
Fancy. And note that I didn't see so consequential when we started this, but if you're playing in Mexican Spanish, Xur's voice talent has been recast. So all your Xur lines are going to be from a different guy.
Oh no,
So
he was so good though.
Xur gets to be a show host from a different person for now. And if for some reason you're going, but you didn't talk about this, that, and the other. Yes, we absolutely did. We talked about in episodes 147, all the weapon changes, 148, all the ability changes, supers, grenades, armor changes, all that stuff. Episode 149, very small twop, not much there. And then episode 150, we talked about the Doom Marcher's Ice Mantle strike fixes, and they teased all the photosensitivity changes with the lights and the flashing, except for the color blindness. So if you do want to hear us ramble about those, that's where you can find that. But yeah, for the most part, the patches were not a whole lot of new meat, and there are a couple things they added after the fact that didn't make it into the patch notes that we'll let Respawn round up when we get there.
Let's get it.
So yeah, big patch notes, and they did a good job teasing most of it already there. And this week at Bungie, for the 9th of December 2021, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary. They're celebrating it. You're celebrating it. We're all celebrating it.
Celebrating is happening.
I'd say there's a trailer, and did you watch it? But you watched it, and then you probably played it.
I did watch it.
So you both watched and played.
Yes. I was impressed. And the thing I want to know is who that lady was, man. Like, some people are saying she's like Shao Han from way back in the day, but then that would make it a prequel, and obviously it's not a prequel. And then Vice jumped and asked across the stream and verified that it's not Shao Han. So we don't know who she is.
So Shao Han, the sister of the guy who hangs out in the Cosmodrome?
Yeah, I guess.
And which lady are we talking about?
The one in the trailer, the one that was telling about how she saw the light from the night with Savathun.
Okie dokie.
The one giving the narration. The narrator. Aha.
If you want to have a good time, Fallout Plays put out a video where he watched this trailer, and just seeing his reactions to it the first time are pretty good.
Yeah?
There's a man who deeply loves him some Halo, and when he started seeing those Halo weapons showing up, he had to pause the trailer and take a moment. It was wonderful.
So why is he not playing Halo right now? Huh?
Because he's making Destiny videos telling you all about how the Star
Why is he not playing Halo videos?
How the Star Horse decides your
fate. He
fate.
loves Halo so much.
Because he did those already. He put out a whole video on all the Halo weapons.
Fine. Touche.
Watch your YouTube better. So yeah, so Bungie's been at this for 3 decades. They've made a lot of games, and they're having a good time putting, sprinkling little bits of past games into their current game. And as I say, they're free-to-all players. The main attraction of this is the new 6-player activity, Dares of Eternity, or Space Horse Arena. And this is where Xur gets to be a game show host and tell us all about the good things happening. And he has a strange but lovable Star Horse that, when he's in the background, as Respawn said earlier, voiced by a human versus a horse, which just makes it better. It's just better. It's hilarious. And so, there's lots of good stuff to get from this that Respawn probably has all of. There's the Forerunner, a brand new exotic sidearm that uses special ammo and packs a punch. The Full Stop perk gives a sidearm extended range and heavy caliber rounds. There's the BXR-55 Battler Legendary Battle Rifle. It's the battle rifle from Halo. That's really all I'm going to say about it. That's what it is. It's what it does. It's optimized for firing from the hip and an exclusive legendary-only perk that's available only on this weapon, the Blunt Execution rounds, plus a custom and unique scope. Because, it does look and act different than everything else. The Half-Truth Legendary Sword. The sword has mirror image and is the only sword. They'll roll with a brand new sword perk, the Eager Edge, which is getting increased sword lunge distance immediately after switching to this weapon. So when you want to come at him, bro, you can come at him quicker, better, faster.
You forgot one thing about the sidearm. The Sidearm Catalyst gives you frag grenades from Halo. So if you sacrifice 6 ammo, I think, after getting a precision kill, you can make a frag grenade from Halo, which, let me say this clearly, does not replace your existing grenade charge. So you can throw your grenade charge and then throw a frag grenade. So just so you know.
That's where that, because I saw that in the trailer and I was confused where that grenade had come from.
Yeah,
Sense.
it is a Halo frag grenade that gun transforms 6 ammo into a frag grenade.
Is a Forerunner, does it take special ammo or primary ammo?
It's special.
Okay. So I can't just make like a pile of grenades to throw later. It is there is
No,
a
and it's only the one grenade. You can only have the one
Aw.
grenade. You can't make another one until you've thrown the first.
Don't tell the Telesto about that.
Telesto says, "What grenades? What?"
I want that. I can do that. So we've also got the Retraced Path Legendary Trace Rifle, our first legendary trace rifle in the entire game. So
good.
if you don't have one,
So,
go play with it. It's got randomly rolled perks that work on a trace rifle and opens the door for other legendary trace rifles somewhere down the line. And presumably this one will also work with the Actia More rig because all the other ones do. So why not this one?
and for those of you that haven't noticed it, there is the full auto options available already. So if you go to your weapon right here, look at this. This is a mod that turns any non-full auto weapon into a full auto weapon. So if you haven't noticed that or you haven't paid attention, there you go. It's already in the game. You can have your favorite scout rifle, favorite pulse rifle, favorite hand cannon, full auto.
Oh yeah, the full auto retrofit. Yeah, because so is that just available for those of us who have to use the theater of the mind and can't see what you're doing? Is that just available in the mod slot? It's just there as one of your mods?
It's a mod slot.
Which mod slot is it in on your weapon? Like which,
The only mod slot you have.
Oh, right. Sorry. I was thinking armor with multiple. I didn't know if maybe they'd add like a special mod slot for that, or if it just you use a mod and that could be one of the mods you use.
Yeah, I got you. No, it's just
I'm looking at weapon, looking at armor mods too long.
Right? Yeah, but it works really well. But it does not function. Okay, so disclaimer. You know how when you get a pulse rifle that's got its own rate of fire, right? And then you get that same pulse rifle that has full auto as a perk. And you notice how that full auto actually increases your rate of fire a bit? This full auto mod does not do that. It maintains the same rate of fire your weapon is supposed to have. It does not increase it like the full auto
like the intrinsic perk.
Yeah,
because I mean the full I really like this because the whole full auto retrofit mod entirely is an exception for people who are having who have issues with fine motor controls or whatever to allow them greater range of the weapon. So yeah, it's not going to improve how that weapon works, but it will at least bring it up to par with how others.
And it doesn't work with every weapon. Like the Wastelander shotgun, which I'm showing you right now, it does not show up under the Wastelander shotgun as an option. Even though we have full auto shotguns, it will not work with at least this archetype.
Right. Yeah, there were a couple of types of weapons they said there, it doesn't work on that. And I can't remember now what the list was, but go back and listen to our episode.
I believe it is pulse rifles,
hand cannons, sidearms, scout
rifles. Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah. No rocket launchers, no grenade launchers, no breech loaded launchers, none of that. No shotguns.
Yeah, it wouldn't make a lot of sense on the single shot stuff anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently the Wastelander. And our Wastelanders are M5 shotgun. It's the first legendary text mechanical weapon in Destiny 2. It's a compact shotgun. They'll be familiar with the OGs from Bungie's Marathon era, of which I don't think any of us are. But if you played some Marathon, you may enjoy and appreciate and remember this gun.
If you get a chance, somebody showed me this, so I'm not taking credit for it. But the butter bark shader, right? Butter bark. If you put that on the shotgun, it gives the entire shotgun a wood grain color. So it almost looks like this really beefy shotgun is made entirely out of wood. If you didn't see all the metal components on it, it's actually pretty stylish looking for your own, if you can. But butter bark is shader. Kind of
nice. And the last one is the Pardon Our Dust legendary grenade launcher, which is inspired by the unique visual design of the Pathways into Darkness. It's a kinetic breech-loaded grenade launcher with some unique perk combinations. So yeah, I mean, not bad for getting a new shotgun, trace rifle, sword, grenade launcher, pulse rifle, and fancy sidearm.
Actually, we get 3 swords, sir.
Well, right. Well, I mean, just the ones they, going back to a time before we had it all in our hands and they were teasing it to us. Yeah, saying this is what
if you didn't know, Parody, we have a new cyclone frame sword, or what's it called? The sword that spins like the guillotine, right? And that is a claymore. It's a freaking claymore called the I don't have it on me at this moment.
The drop from the I haven't played that activity yet.
Yeah, the dungeon. Yeah, it comes from the dungeon. It is a freaking claymore that looks just like the one from
It's called the Hero of Ages.
Yeah, Hero of Ages. And it looks like that Scottish movie, You Can Take Our Lives, but You Cannot Take Our Freedom. That one.
Braveheart.
Braveheart. It looks exactly like the Braveheart sword.
That Scottish movie. So many Scottish people are so offended. You could have gone with, it was that movie that Mel Gibson was in.
I couldn't remember his name. I started with that.
I wouldn't class it as a Scottish movie.
Okay, sorry. If I offended you, then go watch another stream because I don't care. Everybody here knows my memory, and you come in here with that in mind. And if that offended you, I don't care. Anyway, it looks like that sword is what I'm getting at.
Respawn, you should be saying, come to my stream and tell me all about it so I can increase my viewer count, but you don't say the last
yeah, that's what I meant. Come educate me about the differences. Yeah. But the coolest thing is not only does it look like a claymore, right? It also comes with, are you ready for it? Chain reaction.
And what is chain reaction?
Chain reaction is if you kill an enemy, that enemy explodes. If his explosion kills an enemy close by, that guy also explodes. And if that guy explodes and kills an enemy close by, then that guy also explodes. It's a chain reaction of explosions. And previously, the only other sword to have this is the Trial Sword. So to have the ability to have to have the ability to get this sword outside of Trials in a PvE setting, it's good. It's very good. It's such a nice sword too. Visually, functionally.
Yeah. Well, just to clarify, I'll quickly go over this for people. So if you are a free to everyone player and you haven't purchased the 30th anniversary pack, you do have access to the Dares of Eternity 6-player match made offensive. You have access to the Forerunner exotic sidearm, the Forerunner exotic sidearm catalyst, the BXR 55 battle legendary pulse rifle, the Half Truth legendary sword, the Retrace Path legendary trace rifle, the Wastelander M5 legendary shotgun, and the Pardnar Dust legendary grenade launcher. And everything else is for us that own the 30th anniversary pack. The Bungie Streetwear armor ornament set, the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, the Galahorn exotic rocket launcher, the Galahorn exotic catalyst, and the weapon ornament, the Thorn armor set, the Hero of Ages sword, the Matador 64 shotgun, the IS Luna hand cannon, the 1,000-yard stare sniper rifle, the Gala Swift exotic sparrow,
all the things you get for free,
the Marathon armor ornament set, the Flaming Tiger helmet ornament, 4 exotic, just 4 emotes. The Inspired Edion's exotic sparrow, and the
Universal but Zur.
Universal
Voyager exotic ship.
Yes, that one.
Nice. FYI, if you guys haven't seen it, there is a Game Boy / GameCube looking ghost shell. It's the best ghost in the game. It is the best ghost in the game. It gives you the best perks. It gives you the best stats. It
gives you the best perks. They all come with the same perks.
It gives you the best perks.
Is this a new one, or is this one that's been out there?
It's new. It's this season. No, it's this season.
Does this give me access to a Nintendo Switch as I play?
Yes.
Can I play Tetris while I'm waiting for my public events to show up?
Yes. Whatever you're gonna say, yes. It does all these things. It's so cool. I love it. It's great.
All right. Now, the patch notes they have in the TWAB, are these separate from the patch notes DMG tweeted out earlier this week? Night Demon, do you happen to know by chance?
If I have a quick look at it, sorry.
Well, either way, I'll go over these patch notes, and then if Respawn has them in his roundup, he can just say, we already said that, and skip that.
They're different, yeah. They are different.
Yeah. So there are more patch notes from 3.4.0 that they didn't put. With more than these 6,000 words of patch notes, they missed a few. So your Lake of Shadows strike they're going to bring that boss encounter more in line with the other strikes in our modern sandbox gameplay. And Grask's health bar has been significantly increased because they made mention of you're not going to be able to smack him around as much anymore. So he has more health now, but he's still going to die.
Oh, is that why? Because I didn't see why you couldn't smack him around. They just
Hang on
said
a second.
you can't pick on him anymore.
Yeah,
Tell me why.
it sounds like you can though, because more health is not going to help him.
I watched a video by who was it? And let me just have a quick scroll back because it was literally so funny that they melted him in seconds. I want to say somebody like Marshix or Mano
Oh, with the
Destro.
Galahorn or like a different weapon?
Yep, Galahorn. They tethered him. They put a well down, and they Galahorned him. He just went down. He just dropped. It was like,
Game over.
and that was on a GM. It was like this poor guy still doesn't stand a chance.
So exactly what you were talking about earlier. Unless you can do it on a GM. Well, there's your answer. You can do it on a GM.
Yep. Turns out, still not going to help you.
No.
And they did also mention that the Greymaster Nightfall catch-up node will be available to claim the Conqueror Seal from week 7 onward. So if you have the Conqueror Seal, you'll be able to do your Grandmaster catch-ups. And the catch-up will be only accessible if the fire team leader has not yet completed the triumph associated with the Gilded Triumph Seal. So it's one of those, you have to have a buddy who has done the Conqueror title. He can bring you along, but if he's finished, then he can't bring you along because he can't do it anymore. And then you're sad. Crucible, there were a couple, again, small fixes on Crucible. They fixed the map exploit on the top near the mill on the Dead Cliffs. The Trials activity node now displays potential rewards when playing on a 7-win ticket. Your 7-win passage requires a manual reset before players can purchase a new passage. They fixed an issue where Crucible rank displayed an incorrect value in Crucible in the intro cinematic after reset, so people couldn't see just how good or amazing you were. Your combat efficiency in the post-round now displays overall match efficiency, another metric that may or may not make sense to anybody. Respawn's personal timer for Clash, Control, Rumble, and Iron Banner has increased from 7 to 5. Increased to 7 seconds from 5 seconds.
Yes.
No, increased to 7 seconds from 5. So your respawn timer when you play Clash, Control, Rumble, and Iron Banner should be 2 seconds more than it was. So it'll be a little longer to respawn now.
I thought it went from 5
to a bit more time to work out where to place you rather than instead of next to somebody that's an enemy, basically.
Right. Yeah, no, increase 2-7 from 5, so it goes up 2 seconds.
Gotcha.
Why Bungie can't just say it goes from 5 to 7, I don't know, but they like writing things backwards. In your ritual reputations, you can now reset a reputation with unclaimed materials if there are no unique items in the current resets item list. So you don't have to go and click through every single thing to get the thing at the end you were trying to go through the whole time.
You still have to click the thing at the end. So if you, like I did this week, I had to reset my Crucible rank. I still had to go and pick up the exotic engram to reset it. So
no, right, but you didn't have to pick up the shards, and the parts, and the weapons. Yeah, you didn't have to pick up everything along the way to get
I didn't
to that engram.
I didn't want to pick up that exotic. I just wanted to push a button to reset it.
You
Stop forcing me.
We don't have radios. You have to visit people. They get lonely. And also, the number of seasonal resets is now listed on the reputation rewards section of the vendor. And they fixed the bug where the rank reset dialogue could appear during activities. So as you're trying to gun somebody down, hey, go reset your rank. Oh, well, I'm dead now, so now I have time. And they fixed an issue with the kinetic calibration bounties not being available on the gunsmith. So those should be there now. Go get your kinetic calibration kills. And Respawn would love to tell everybody about forging his horn.
I would love to tell everybody about forging my horn.
It's great to have a host you can just throw anything to, whatever Bungie comes up, just runs with it. That's the beauty of this show.
Right. Okay.
I
will tell people about it because he's obviously
not I want to. I'm looking for it.
I didn't even know if you were in the middle of anything.
I am, but it doesn't matter.
There
it is. By now, a bunch of you have gotten your hands on the Galahorn as part of the 30th anniversary celebration. Awesome to have this iconic weapon back and its new perk, which extends Wolfpack rounds to any Guardian in your fire team rocking a non-exotic. Let me say this again. Non-exotic. So people that are asking how it works with the truth or how it works with all these other ones, not exotic. Okay.
Yeah, because Truth's exotic. Yep.
Yeah.
Got that. Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay. Rocket launcher makes this a formidable addition to your arsenal. If you own the 30th anniversary pack, just head over to Shaohan in the Cosmodrome to get the quest started. Also, speaking of this, right? There was testing done by Astacross and Fallout, and the bonus you get to your legendary rocket, depending on the rocket, because they're not all equal, can stem from about 20%-ish all the way up to a 35% increase in damage. 35 being from a timed payload rocket launcher, right? And the lower, yeah, what?
Also, if you're using the Ascendancy rocket launcher, which has the chain reaction perk, each final blow with this weapon creates an elemental damage explosion. Each time that explodes and chain somebody else, that will then chain more Wolfpack rounds on that explosion.
We said that before. You're late. You're late.
No, but I'm saying if you've got...
Does it also work with the explosive light? Like if I pick up my orbs of power to make more damage? Ooh.
No, because that was one of the tests where you only got a 17% damage increase.
Yes,
the
but it still
Wolfpack
works.
rounds don't get the explosive light. The rocket itself gets the explosive light damage, and then you spawn the Wolfpack rounds. The Wolfpack rounds only happen after your rocket has detonated, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So anything that affects
the explosive light gives that rocket more damage, and then you get the Wolfpack rounds from that rocket as
after
well.
that. But those are two separate things.
Okay.
So, yeah, you don't get the light on the Wolfpack rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike chain reaction, where the Wolfpack rounds will extend chain reaction, it does not benefit from weapons of light, or not weapons of light.
Also, something to note here is something that I ran into this week that I ended up having to search on Reddit for. Really bizarre. I picked up the quest to go and get my Galahorn. It says, go visit Shorhan. I was like, great, I'm going to go and visit Shorhan. Went to the Cosmodrome. There was no Shorhan.
Hello.
I'm like, standing there looking. There's other people just standing there looking. I'm like, am I missing something here? Where's Shorhan gone? He's been here all this time.
He's filming the trailer.
Has he fallen through the floor? I went to the other spawn point, came back. He still wasn't there. I went to orbit. I came back. Still wasn't there. So eventually I got to the bottom of it on Reddit. And the thing is, if you started the New Light campaign and you've got to a certain point in the New Light campaign where Shorhan is missing from his spot, you then have to go and complete that part in the New Light campaign to get him to spawn back where he was, or just go and do it on another character that hasn't done that part of the quest.
Honestly, that's what you get for forgetting to finish that quest. That's your fault.
No, I wasn't forgetting. I've been here since day one. I've just been slowly doing that New Light quest every now and then when I needed something. I was just going to do something just because it's still there. So I didn't realise I was up to the point where Shorhan had gone missing on one of his little quests and I had to go and rescue him. But he had been there for like the last couple of months where that part of the quest has been, and no issues whatsoever. I've been able to go to the Cosmodrome. I've been able to pick up bounties from that man. He's been there and also in the missions that I've been doing. And I didn't understand it. That's what really confused me. I thought, well, where's this guy gone? He's been here all this time. But yeah, you have to go and finish that part of the quest to get him to come back to then go and start the Galahorn quest. So I just thought I'd let people know if you're kind of stuck or you come across that. There you go. I did as well.
Oh, that is wild. It's so wild. The number of times a character can appear one time, multiple times, here, there, everywhere. We've had two crows for a while in two totally separate locations. It's just funny to see. Like, Zur has a whole...
exists in all forms of space and time, okay?
Zur has a zoo. Zur can do anything he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Zur has a whole event to run, and he has gifts to bring us. I mean, he's doing double duty this week, running back and forth. Every time someone comes into the shop, the little bell rings, a horse whinnies. He's like, hold on, gotta go back here. I'll be right back. Don't steal anything.
So what does our player support report give us this week, Parody?
Oh, many things. Many things were broken. I just noticed that apparently they linked to a whole story on the Sony PlayStation blog, which it's like they want to give Sony a little bit of love, even though they have no actual content over there anymore that's only for them, about making the Galahorn that I totally missed when I read over the top this week. Did either of you happen to read the story, or is it worth reading about making of the Galahorn and behind the scenes stuff? There is a story about bringing the Galahorn back to D2. No idea if it's any good, but it exists.
I will take you back 4 years ago when D2 was coming out and they said we are not bringing Galahorn back into D2 for at least 3 years. We've now reached that point. I think they just have it on a whiteboard somewhere going, right, this is when we said we're bringing this one back. This is when we're going to bring this one back. So we've now reached that point of we've now brought Galahorn back. I don't think there was anything after that. I think it was like, now what do we do to keep people involved? We've got a 6-month gap. Let's put it in there because that's after when we said it was going to come back.
Let's break the. So basically, there have been 2 whiteboard counters. Days until we can bring Galahorn back.
Yeah.
Days until we should break the game with Telesto again to give people something else to talk about.
It literally was. I vaguely remember a conversation that either in a TWAB or somebody said from Bungie that it won't be coming day one in Destiny 2. It'll be more like 3 or 4 years down the line if we do bring it back, and it literally is 3 or 4 years down the line, and it's back.
Mm-hmm. They were like,
I do miss. I know there's a weapon ornament for it that you can get from going through the dungeon and doing stuff, but I do miss the black version that we had in Destiny 1. Although of the Galahorn, there was a black version that you could get if you pre-ordered it for the second time, or you could have the original OG kind of white and gold version. But yeah, that black version was quite nice.
See, people keep messing with me because even though I have the ornament that you get from the dungeon, I went out and bought the ornament from the store because
what ornament did
really
you buy from the
like
store?
the ornament, the Galahorn one.
The other one, yeah. There's one you can buy, yeah.
I really, really like that, dude. Like, looking at that brings me back to my Marine Corps days. It's very military style looking,
Yeah.
I love that look, dude.
I've got a quick question.
Everyone's
How
like,
often
"It's
were
so
you
ugly."
wandering around with a rocket launcher?
Huh?
How often were you wandering around with a rocket launcher on your back?
I've had a rocket
in the
launcher
military.
in my hand.
No, but how often?
You care to know.
No.
I think one is more times than I care to know, honestly.
It's been more than once.
No. The first time it was handed to him, he shot it and they went, no, give it back. And the second time is when he found it on the floor, picked it up, and they went, no, just give it back. That's it. I think that's the only two times that he was ever touching.
Hold on. In boot camp, they gave me a rocket launcher.
In boot camp, yeah.
In Iraq,
they saw you fire it and they went, no, give it
few
back.
rocket launchers and a couple of RPGs. And after my when I was on my way out because of my disease I got from overseas, they put me in a new MOS, which was a weapons instructor. And I relearned how to use everything from a 9mm all the way up to a 50 cal full auto machine gun. And the rocket launcher was somewhere in there a few times too. So I had to fire that bad boy. But you shouldn't be scared of the rocket launcher. What you should be scared of is they handed me a Mark 19 fully automatic belt-fed grenade launcher and just said, have at it. I'm just like, are you sure? They had a tank for a target for that one day.
Had.
Past tense. But yeah, so Respawn has had explosives in his hands more times than you're safe with, okay? Trust me.
I think I've seen those tanks out in the Cosmodrome now.
Probably. Oh, goodness. But anyway, I love the look of the Galahorn ornament that you buy from the store. And if anybody tells you it's ugly, tell them to shove it. That's a great looking ornament. I don't care who.
And tell them Respawn sent you.
Yeah, tell them I sent you.
And then go to his
I'll
stream.
1v1 them too. I don't even care.
Which one's real life, and then tell him exactly what you feel, but like stay for a long time while you do it.
Yes. At least, the whole time. We have disabled exotic armor.
We do.
And the hunters have a very specific piece of armor that makes sidearms even more powerful. And it was immediately disabled.
So your Mechaneer trick sleeve no longer Mechaneers or trick sleeves?
Nope. They don't do nothing.
And I thought it was interesting too that the other one they disabled immediately. The Titan's Icefall Mantle exotic arms due to issues surrounding potential exploits.
Yeah.
The thing that they literally talked about changing.
Yeah.
Hey, you can do things with this now. Only there's a game breaking bug day one. Such is life. There's variables.
It really does puzzle me that it was in the patch notes. It was something that they changed because they tested it, because they changed it because they wanted it to be that way. How did that slip through? How did that? I mean, I saw the video that Cheese posted. Literally, I think it was about 3 hours after everything went live, and it was like, oh, that's interesting. And then 2 hours later, it was completely
So what was
disabled.
the exploits that it was canceled for?
You could have unlimited.
Oh, still that
overshield.
one? Okay.
Unlimited overshield. Yeah.
I don't know if it was different.
Yeah,
Alright,
that doesn't seem good.
And then
Yeah.
Hunter's the trick sleeves was that it was giving the new sidearm, which is only meant to be special ammo, unlimited ammo.
That's not a big deal.
And
I don't
then
see that as I don't see that
unlimited
as being a
grade
problem in PvP. No.
Yeah, it's fine. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Iron sidearm. Everybody gets one. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's just...
I am a bit upset because when I logged in, my Hunter's his power level was down to 1185, and I was like, "How's that happened?"
You had the trick sleeves on?
Yeah, because I was using it last week. Remember, I was telling you I'd been using the trick sleeves.
Yeah.
And so they'd left them on my character, and then when I logged in, I was like, "Huh? Oh, okay, yeah, that's disabled."
It's always very jarring when you log in and you're like, where did my light go? What
Right.
happened?
Right. And for those of you that don't know, both listening to the show and listening and watching on the stream, yesterday I did some very scientific testing of my own so that I would know exactly how broken Titans still are and recorded it.
We look forward to your YouTube video. What we also look forward to is have you gotten your 30th anniversary streetwear bundles?
I did.
Because
I did.
Well, that's good.
Did I tell you Bungie didn't give me the Titan one though?
Well, it wasn't because prior to collecting and opening Zer's resplendent package containing the streetwear bundles for each class, players should ensure they have enough space available in their inventory and Postmaster to receive multiple items. Yep. Players are encouraged to visit the Postmaster after opening the bundle to ensure that all items have been successfully collected.
Yep.
They're looking at ways for players to reacquire these bundles if they end up getting pushed out of the Postmaster. Yeah, I sort of lucked out. I mean, not that I'm overflowing, but a bunch of stuff sitting in my Postmaster that I didn't care about because it was all blue weapons and armor. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't really expecting it to be all 3 bundles all at once for the first package I opened. I was like,
I didn't even know what it was.
That's a lot of things scrolling across my screen.
Yeah, I had no idea what was in there. But what I found hilarious is I was like, oh, cool. This is the Hunter Street gear. Nice. And then I was like, okay, so this is the Warlock Street gear. And then that was it. I'm like, seriously?
That's the Bungie do. They were like, you don't get the Titan Street gear. You don't need it. You don't want it. You'll never use it. It's
like they know I would never use it. They're just like, you know what? Just don't even give it to them. It's fine. Yeah. We'll give it to somebody else. Somebody might want 2 sets. Who knows? Right?
Yeah. Somebody out there got like 2 sets of Titan armor and like no Hunter armor. Okay, that seems weird. And why is one a slightly different color? We don't ask questions. We just
For real. And the Forsaken Cipher pickup. Oh, let me ask you a question. I missed part of what you said earlier. How do I get 3 free golf balls?
Right. Read what it says there.
Players who own Forsaken prior to 3.4.0 can pick up their Forsaken Ciphers from the Forsaken section of the Monument to Lost Light's exotic adventure in the tower. Players should ensure that they have space in their consumables inventory prior to acquiring the Forsaken Ciphers. That's the Ciphers, okay? Forsaken Ciphers. No, I'm not asking about the Ciphers. I'm asking about the golf ball.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Are you at the monument at this point in time?
Don't distract him. Have him keep reading the next
paragraph. Anyway, Forsaken Ciphers can be exchanged for Ascendant Shards at the Monument to Lost Light if players already own all Forsaken weapons. So if you don't own that stupid machine gun, you can't
try it. Go and try it now. Go and try it now and come and tell us. We'll wait.
But please keep in mind.
I was there earlier, it wouldn't let me buy it. But I'm going right now.
But please keep in mind that players should only attempt to acquire the Ascendant Shards if they don't want or need to use their, because you can't get them back.
Exactly. Play for free without PlayStation Plus. What? So not only do they not have anything exclusive for PlayStation anymore, they're teaching people how to be able to play Destiny on PlayStation without PlayStation Plus. Bungie. Company after my own heart.
Continue reading.
Starting today, players will be able to play all multiplayer content in Destiny 2 without being a PS Plus member. This trial run will run from now until December 20th, 2021. And it is the perfect time to try out all exciting multiplayer content Destiny 2 has to offer.
So you've got just over a week.
Trial. Gotcha.
Just over a week.
Still, that's nice.
So you can download New Light, you can download. Okay, so you could. New Light was always a thing, but you need. I assume PlayStation Plus is basically like Xbox Live. It's the you can absolutely buy the console and use it sitting alone at home to play alone, unless you want to play with other people, and in which case you need PlayStation Plus, so you can
Correct,
play with
yeah.
other humans. And now they're like, hey, we'll give you a taste of the rest of humanity for a week in this game that you can already play for free solo.
But I think
It's-
PlayStation Plus is a mixture of Xbox Live and the Xbox Game Pass in one bundle, right?
I
Because
think so, yeah.
Hey, Respawn's chat, aren't one of you PlayStation people? Could you tell us how this works? Because none of us know how this works.
yeah,
I think what it sounds
wow,
like they're
that's a lot
trying to
of people.
do it. They're trying to test out like the Fortnite model, because if you want to play Fortnite online, you don't necessarily need the gold for Xbox. You don't need Nintendo Switch. You don't need PlayStation Online. You don't need any of that. It's all
Right.
free to play online. So
Okay.
you can be what originally was like a silver member for Xbox and still be able to play online in Fortnite, because it's a free game and you can play it for free online. So
So I wonder if those are, and then those are using like servers maintained by Epic, and not like
Yeah, well, Gator's
started.
saying it's not Game Pass. You get free games each month, but that's what Game Pass is. You pay Game Pass to play all these unlimited games as much as you want, unless at
No,
the end of the month those
Xbox-
games go away.
Xbox Gold, if you just
Oh.
have Xbox Live, that
Yeah.
gives you 2 free games or 4 free games per month. So you get like 2 old 360 games and 2 new Xbox One's games each month for Xbox Live. If you are a whatchamacallit, Game Pass, it depends what kind of Game Pass you've got, but again, you still get access to those games that they give you for gold, and then you have the access to the library. And I think if you are Game Pass Ultimate, that's the other one. If you're Game Pass Ultimate, then you get access to the cloud as well. So there are various different versions of it. Yeah.
And by the cloud you mean you can stream from the cloud to your device, play on your phone, play on your whatever. That's how people are like, able to play on their NVIDIA, whatever, like the NVIDIA Shields. You're basically, it's basically the Stadia model. You're streaming that game from a data center somewhere. You're not downloading it to your device to play. Okay,
And what you can now do is on an old OG Day One Xbox from 2013, you can now, if you're Game
That's
Pass
really specific.
Ultimate, you can stream from the cloud like Halo Infinite and have a better experience than what you could do in actually downloading it.
Yes, you can. Okay, yeah. So PlayStation Plus, it gives you the monthly games. It's your way into online multiplayer. So it's sort of like the Xbox Live Gold it gets you into the multiplayers. You can play with other humans, member discounts, game content, share play multiplayer and co-op games with a friend, and hand control of single player adventures over to them, even if they don't. And 100 gigs of cloud storage. So it's sort of, PlayStation Plus is like the Xbox Gold. It gets you access into other things and the multiplayer online content. And it looks like they just sort of smushed like what Xbox's Game Pass is into that as well, with the monthly games and stuff like that. So okay, it's if you don't want to pay for the PlayStation Plus, you can get a taste of Destiny and then decide you like it and come back for more, which you should, because it's a good game.
Yeah. So have we got our live update from the tower, the Monument for Lost Light?
Yeah, I have no idea what you were talking about. Still can't figure it out.
So when you
have you gone to the Forsaken tab, the exotic tab?
Yep.
And in the top left-hand corner, you should have 3 ciphers.
Yep.
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 And what does it say?
It says pick them up.
Yep, pick them up.
Yep, pick them up.
And then what does it now show you in the top corner?
Nothing in the top corner. Top corner's gone.
Bottom corner?
Bottom corner, I have shards.
Yeah, the Ascendant shards, the golf balls.
Yeah, the
Stop
golf balls.
winding us up.
he's very much sitting in orbit, loading into the Space Force arena, so he doesn't know what's going on anymore.
No, all right, look, see, parody if you're watching. See,
useless, 1 star, would not recommend.
Oh,
Known issues. Respawn can't follow simple directions. Also, we're investigating an issue with the increased error code of respawns. Players may encounter crashes when finding respawns in the Dares of Eternity. Yeah. So
That's
That
about
last
right,
part
to be honest.
actually it is not inaccurate, by the way. Especially if I'm at the hotel and you join in on me, yeah, we're probably getting DC'd. All right.
Yep. Yeah. So Bungie is investigating increase of the error code Calabrese. Sounds delicious. Players may encounter crashes during the Cabal boss encounter in the Dares of Eternity. Players are unable to reclaim the strange key if it's deleted or used, blocking progress for the Magnum Opus exotic quest.
Ooh.
So don't do that. Players may be unable to acquire the Forerunner exotic from Banshee after completing the Magnum Opus exotic quest, which you've broken if you broke the last step. Abandoning the Magnum Opus exotic quest may reset players back to the third step of the quest. Players who spend their strange coins during the first step of the Magnum Opus exotic quest prior to collecting the required 7 coins will have their coin collection progress reduced by the number of coins spent. To avoid this, players should not spend strange coins prior to completing the step of the Magnum Opus quest. So basically, don't do the Magnum Opus quest. No. You should do the Magnum Opus quest, but just be very careful. Because
don't
it's very
do the key. Don't spend your strange coins, or if you do spend them, don't spend. Make sure you have at least 7.
Yeah, is that it? Did you know that you can only hold up to 30 strange coins?
I did not, but that's good to know. Did you also know that the flow, the middle emblem for the Moments of Triumph, does not appear in the player collections once acquired? So if you want to use it, don't delete it. The combatant's health bar may be more difficult to distinguish between minor and major enemies in all colorblind modes. Respawn bad news. Minor and major enemies may look more similar to each other, but you'll be able to tell the ultras. You'll know who's an ultra and not. So, progress? He's either muted us or wandered off somewhere.
I did actually mute you. I'm sorry. I said as long as I have the pink bar on the big boys, I'm good.
All right. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You still got the pink bar on the big boys. You just lost possibly everything else. It's fine.
I don't care. Pink bar. I need the pink bar in my life.
All right. If you wanted to put an ornament on your Wish Ender bow, you can't. It's lost its slot. It is something Bungie knows about and is going to work on. They've already said they're going to put a patch out, but the Wish Ender bow's lost its ornament slot. I assume the Teleso stole it. It has 2. I don't know. If the issue preventing players from receiving the silver from the Triumphant Silver Bundle, which seems a little silly to not get the silver from the Triumphant Silver Bundle on Steam, has been resolved. Players should have the silver successfully added to their accounts after relaunching the game. How is that a known issue? Then this is a fix, Bungie. So yeah, if you had bought the Triumphant Silver Bundle on Steam, you should now actually have the silver. So just relaunch the game and you're good. In the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, if the players kill the servitor in the Fallen Barrier encounter but do not launch it, their game will crash when they kill the 5th servitor.
See,
so kill servitor, launch. Kill servitor, launch.
We are you sure that's every mode? Because what we did is we got a servitor, right?
Cody,
but
why do you not know
it's
not in every mode?
Well, I mean, I can also tell you in the same dungeon, if a player dies in the Crystal Tunnel and isn't revived before the next encounter begins, the player will end up in a death loop. If this happens, the fire team must wipe to regroup.
Oof.
So kill the servitors in order, then launch. Don't leave any man or woman behind, because then they'll be behind forever, and you'll have to wipe to regroup. Mm-hmm. And also, if the players begin the boss encounter before opening a chest, they can't go back and open it after the encounter ends. So pick up your loot before you open chests, before you continue. It's very important. And also, as part of the activity, Hive Barrier Champions will appear, but aren't mentioned in the active modifiers. So bring an auto rifle. There will be Barrier Champions in the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, but they won't tell you about it. They're very sneaky. And for a full list of known issues, as if that wasn't enough, there's a known issues article. You know what to do. You know where to tell Bungie if things are broken. I did see the Wish Ender bow being mentioned on Twitter, and sure enough, it got made into the patch notes in time. Or into the 12 in time.
Oh, and also, if you are searching for some Bright Dust, there is some free Bright Dust in the Eververse store. So if you go to your Eververse page, and I believe it's down in the bottom right-hand corner, it should be a free bundle of Bright Dust. I think it's 700 Bright Dust that you get for free.
It is.
It is.
And I think they said something about it being an ongoing thing, like a weekly
Every week.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're in desperate need of Bright Dust for, you're trying to save up from that one super cool emote, or just going, there's cool things, I'd like to have them. Yeah. Bungie's just gonna give you Bright Dust from now until the end of something. So go pick it up while you can every week. Visit your Bright Dust.
Choose not to.
And we've got movies of the week. There's a Loot Cave dungeon. There's the Destiny 2 Galahorn versus all the raid bosses, because why would there not
Watch it, because
Why
it
not?
is ridiculously funny how fast it melts some of these guys.
But you should also watch Benji and the Ias Luna Forever. Today is the day Ias Luna returns as a reward in Destiny 2. 266 days of tweeting in total. 38 weeks exactly since the original tweet. Part of this journey is the end. This is mine. Thank you for joining me on it. And there's a compilation of the 266 times he's tweeted Bungie about Ias Luna returning to the game, and now it finally came to. So dreams can come true.
So
Because
does anybody
266
know
days.
what's so good about that hand cannon? I'm not a hand cannon person myself, but I'm just curious, like, why does everybody want it? Is it like, some unique archetype? Is it?
Yeah, it was the legendary version of the Hawk Moon in Destiny 1. And
Is that what it was? Okay.
yeah, with the fact that you could get different rolls on it was what made it sometimes better than the Hawk Moon. To the point that I was actually contacted by one of my friends that's been off of Destiny for the last God knows how many years. He's actually purchased the 30th anniversary so that he could come back and play to get the Ias Luna. Just that one gun has made him come back to the game.
Everybody has their favorites. I get it. It's
Yeah.
in no game have I ever been so attached to like individual weapons and individual armor sets. Like in no looter shooter have I ever cared about. I would just grab the next thing and throw away whatever I was using. It's like these weapons have personality almost. Like you form a bond and a friendship with them.
They do, man.
And they come back and you're like, my friend, you're here. We're here. We can be reunited. It's wild.
Yeah, people have weapons. Like for me, the bad juju. If I was not playing Destiny and I heard the bad juju was coming back, that would have gotten me to come back in. If I wasn't already playing, bad juju was just icing on the cake. But that's how I feel about that gun. If I was like on a hiatus, or I'm just like, oh, F Destiny, whatever.
Unfortunately, 3 years ago when you said yes, I'll do a podcast, that kind of tied you into just playing the game constantly forever from now until the end of time.
You're not lying, and Mike
No, I'm
uses
not.
that against me all the time. He's all like, I know you have to buy it because you have the podcast. I'm like, damn, dude, but when you say it out loud, like,
well, I mean, you don't have to buy it because then you could get the excuse of, well, I'm going to go at this from the perspective of someone who has not bought everything, so I can see what I don't have. So you could always take that route.
No, I'm not going to do that. As a matter of fact, we need to get this Patreon up and running and have the Patreon pay for our updates in the future. Yeah.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to work.
Come on, man. Look, you never know. Look, you never know unless you try. And if the Patreon doesn't make any money, it doesn't make any money. But we're not losing anything.
I don't like asking people for money.
We don't have to ask them. Just put it as a link, and if they see it, they see it.
Respawn will ask for money. You can just watch it roll in. It's fine.
Yeah.
We just have to monetize the masses of people that want to be Respawn. If we monetize that, we're golden.
That's right. And with me running my mouth as much as I do, we might make enough money to buy you a new laptop, bro.
I'm quite happy with these funds. Just
no, you're
they
not.
work.
Shut up.
They work. Look. As I say, that Discord's gone, not responding.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you were saying? What was that?
I can still talk to you, even though it says Discord is not responding. But to the point of it got to 2 hours before the 30th anniversary dropped, and I realised I still hadn't bought it, and I was like,
look.
"Oh, there's a thing I should be doing today." Not like it wasn't like I was.
Just get it up and running since you already started it. Don't tell him about it, and then one day he'll just have money, and he'll be like, "What the hell? Where'd this come from?"
It was just funny.
It's all gonna be US dollars. What's he gonna do with that? He's gonna look at this and go, "What is this paper you sent me? I put it in the fire to keep my house warm. I don't know what to do with this."
I mean, obviously send it to him digitally. Don't send him an envelope full of cash. What the hell? He'd never even get it.
It's way more fun that way.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but literally throwing money in the trash at that point.
It's not my money. What do I care?
It is.
It's just hunter. It's just hunter money. It's no good here.
God. No, you started it. It would be Titan money. The hunter is just instigating it. That's all.
No. I mean, the hunters are giving all. That's what's going to happen here. I mean,
Probably.
I know my place here. It's just to enable the hunters so they can come and be close to you. Every hunter just wants to be lickably close to respawn. That's all it is.
That's not entirely true.
Just 3/4 true.
But it's not completely.
Yeah. So that's our 12 for the week. They do tease hey, watching a thing about an award show that's already taken place. So you
So
can't.
So we will link. No, but we will link that trailer. Did you guys see the trailer in the on the YouTubes at all?
I surely
I
didn't.
didn't hear anything about an awards now.
The live action trailer. You've not seen it.
No, it's beautiful from what I've heard, but I have not seen it. I was
Okay.
unfortunately out of the house most of the day yesterday and the day before, so I have not got a chance to see it yet.
Isn't that the one that I was talking about earlier with the live action?
Were you?
The one that they
Yeah.
put in the 12 at the top, or a different one that is not in the 12?
Well,
Well, the description is having returned from an encounter with Savathun, the Witch Queen, a troubled guardian provides a debriefing. for
That's what I
Ikora
was
Ray.
talking about with the woman.
Eris
Everyone
Morn,
was trying to figure
yes.
out who the woman is. Yeah.
Okay, so you were talking about a separate trailer that we were talking about in the 12. That's why I was confused. Okay, so yeah, no, I have not seen that trailer yet.
Okay,
Oh, you should
go and watch that one because there's a few sneaky bits in there like that you see that the Hive wielding the light and weapons that are in the background and things like that. I mean, there has been a few breakdown videos of what it possibly could be and what this could possibly mean. But just go and watch it and enjoy it. I'll link it in the show notes along with also the 30th anniversary trailer as well.
When can I play as a Hive Guardian? That's all I want to do.
You cannot play as a Hive Guardian.
I want to.
2028.
I know where the Lost City is. I can bring the Hive there. It'll be fine. What do we got to lose?
I'll give you the secret now. What Bungie are actually planning at this point in time is they're planning on doing a Stephanie Myers, which, if you don't get the references, Twilight. She wrote all those books about Twilight. She then went back and wrote. She then went back to the first book and rewrote it from somebody else's perspective, like I think it was the vampire's perspective. So that's what we're getting next in 2028 or 2030. We're going to be fighting the humans from the Hive's perspective. Calling it now.
Actually,
there we go.
I mean,
I think it's taken us 151 episodes, but we finally have a Twilight and Destiny.
Fallen. I'd rather be Fallen, not Hive. But I mean,
we're friends with Fallen now, so I mean, the Fallen could all those Fallen babies could grow up to hate to hate us and come back in 2030.
You can pick from 3 different races. You can be Vex, Hive, or Fallen. That's it.
Nice. All tied into place.
Destiny 3. Here we go.
You're a Hive. Yeah, but you're not a Hive Knight. You're a Hive Thrall.
You got to start at the bottom.
As long as I'm not an Explodey Thrall, I am good with that.
No, you start off as an Explodey Thrall, and you have to build your light, your darkness up. You have to build your darkness up.
Where do you go from there as an Explodey Thrall? You're a kamikaze.
Well, no. You have to avoid being killed and exploding to then progress to the next level.
Right? Totally makes sense to me.
Yeah, there's just one level that you are an Explodey Thrall, but you have to get past. You have to sneak past the Guardians. It's a bit like Splinter Cell. You have to get past that one arena where you don't get shot or seen.
And as soon as you see one, you have to sacrifice yourself. Man.
Yeah, you do. It's automatic. You can't get away from it, and then you have to restart your character again.
Okay.
But it is the first level, so you're fine.
Yeah, so you have to replay until you can sneak by or not be seen by a hunter or a Titan that wants to punch you. That's all. Okay. Hey, I'm still in. Let's go. We got this. Happy to work my way out. I will start at the bottom and then I'll be here.
Stealthy. I mean, to be fair, they are very stealthy. How many times have you been by a Thrall that just showed up?
Many times.
Quite stealthy, sir.
I have
we've
made
got a good idea for a game here.
Thralls.
If they're not going to do it, we might as well do it.
Oh yeah.
And when I say we, somebody else can do it, but we gave them the idea.
This is our IP. We expect royalties. You can make the game, but pay up. All right.
Sneaky Thrall. I like it.
We changed the name of them. Instead of the Hive, we call them the Clive.
Only if Clive Owens can voice all the lines.
Yep. And the Hex, we could have the Clive, the Hex, and the
Wait, no.
The
The Romans.
Peter
The Romans.
Dinklage voices everything. We need to start the GoFundMe now. Peter Dinklage needs to voice every character in this game.
I would
Why?
absolutely
Because
be okay
why
with that.
not?
Yes.
Oh,
That and
yeah.
Cade. Cade too. Cade. We gotta have Cade for at least one character.
Well, respawn.
Anyway.
Do you want to give us a respawn to report roundup?
Yeah. Respawn report roundup. Doo-da. Doo-da.
I found you lots of stuff this week. Really interesting stuff.
Login page. All right. DMG04 says, got another round of mispatch notes from the team. Okay, this is cool. I saw this in the video. Wall of Radiant Sword can now be frozen by dust-filled grenades and other freeze volume. Does not apply to the Guardians within the well. So what this means is, if you throw an ice grenade into the well, it will freeze the sword itself, but the Guardians inside are still safe. They're still benefiting from the wells.
What does it do to the well? Does it stop the well from
hold
working,
on,
or does it
I'm
just
getting there.
freeze the
You
well?
just interrupted from me saying exactly that. You're still getting all the benefits of the well, right? All that's really doing is damaging the sword, and by damaging the sword, it decreases the time that the well has to exist, right? So, if you want to insta delete the well, throw a tornado on it. Silence and Squall destroys a well in about 3 seconds, I think, in Astacross's video. 2 or 3 seconds. After you throw the well, it just destroys it. And then the Guardian that was standing in the well, or the Guardians that were standing in the well, are dead about a second and a half later. So yes.
I have a very important follow-up question.
Counter. What?
We know from many tries, you can absolutely blow yourself up with a rocket when you fire it at the sword from the well. Yep. If you freeze the sword first, can you destroy that sword with a rocket?
You still kill yourself, but yes.
Right, but because before, the sword will stay standing and you will be dead. Can you delete that sword with a rocket or something else?
You can actually, after you freeze it with a dust field, you can just shoot it a couple times and it'll die with the primary. So a rocket will definitely take care of it.
Okay, interesting. So because it's always been but it was one you couldn't really, other than it being a barrier to yourself, couldn't really do anything to destroy it. That's interesting.
Yeah, so and when I say it's a counter, I mean it is a hard counter to a well. The Silence and Squall is the hard counter. Somebody pops it, throw it down, in about 3 seconds, the well is gone, as well as every Guardian standing in it. It's brutal. The controversial hold duration in the notes is a mistake. The duration is actually 1.75 seconds and not 1.4 seconds. Fixing that shortly.
Big deal.
Other risks. Waterfall effect of granting all players in a PvP match more special ammo when Forerunner users died. More access to Catalyst benefits, circumventing much of the ability tuning that the team did for this release. Team's working on the fix. We'll update when we can. FYI, it should be obvious to most people, but if you're, let's say, a new player, you can put on a sidearms ammo finder. Not ammo finder, sidearms scavenger, right? And when you pick up one of these green special ammo bricks and you have this particular exotic sidearm on, you'll actually get more ammo in your magazine than you would without the mod. So, one brick might normally drop, 6 rounds, I think somebody said. Now you might get 12 instead of 6. So, yeah, there you go. Team is working on the fix. We'll update when we can. Bungie Help says, due to an issue with the Forerunner exotic sidearm could get more ammo, we have disabled the sidearm reserve set on the mod. Bam. Cool. They disabled the mod too? What? Yep. That's crazy.
What does Tom tell us?
That guy. FYI. The lightning round has a random chance to occur at the end of any Dares of Eternity run. Playing efficiency increases the odds a bit. Playing the legend difficulty increases the odds a bit too. Ideally, the more days you play, the more you'll see it. I have been playing that activity for 2 days solid, and I have no idea what they're talking about. None. People keep talking about this legendary extra round. I haven't seen it yet.
It's not a legendary extra round. It can be at any time in the Days of Eternity. And what basically happens is once you've killed the end boss, say you've done Crota, it will then go dong and make another noise and say, right, you've now got to face this other champion. And you do this extra set of things. And there are 3 extra chests that you can open at the end, depending on how much you kind of do it. I think there was one where we were fighting off blights. So you had to stand in the area and kind of capture the blights and keep doing that until it kind of they all went away and each chest kind of appeared at the end and we got all 3 chests. But it's different for each kind of arena. So there was one
I
where
haven't seen it. So
okay,
Yeah,
there's one different for each arena anyway.
Yeah, the only mention I've seen this, I think Paul Tassi tweeted, he's like, so I saw this, and he's like, after 40 something runs, he had seen it for the first time. So yeah, it's not super common, but it is a thing that exists.
I've seen it at least 6 times.
Supposedly. Apparently, I have as much luck on this as I do getting an
I've
exotic
been
from a
involved
raid.
in it because when I think it was because of my connection and the glitching. I kept getting knocked out of games, and I said to Parody, my first game, I got spawned straight in at Crota, and I didn't even take one shot. They killed him, and that was it. It was the end of the thing. I was like, what is this? What is this 1 second kind of game mode that I'm now involved in? And then I went back and played it, and yeah, I kind of got that. But yeah, I've been involved in many of these kind of extra activities at the end, and I've got like I think 3 or 4 times we've got the thing to come up, and I've got the rewards from it. But then a couple of times I've been knocked out of the actual activity. So yeah, it's a very strange thing with how it kind of puts you into a group. But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you've played the activity, call it 20 times. You played it to completion more than that. Well, you've seen the completion more times than you've played it through all the way because you get put in halfway through randomly, whatever.
Yeah.
I think you will be the only person who has like 17 clears and like 4 full completions.
He's cheating!
Yeah.
DMG goes into dungeon debuts Artifice Armor, adding an extra mod slot for more customization when build crafting. We hope to continue expanding on in-game loot. While adept weapons are sweet, having more than one form of in-game reward is a goal the team would like to hit. I really wish they would have had adept weapons, because As Across's team had me getting my hopes up saying, oh yeah, no, at the end of it there's an adept weapon. And there wasn't. I did it with 4 people. We completed it on hard... No, hold on. The dungeon we did on hard mode, the 3 of us, not 4 of us. I lied. Sorry. And there was no adept weapon. None. And apparently...
it's adept armor.
Yeah,
so you
know that
you
now.
get an extra mod slot.
But at the time, I was thinking of adept weapons because the Across's video. And it's not the case. It's armor, not weapons. So I was super sad. Kujay. While the new dungeon today was great, I have to ask, where's the adept loot for completing the dungeon on master difficulty? Master Vogue drops adept weapons. Why not Master Grasp of Avarice? And that's where that just came from. Cool. Verified Bungie employee. Oh, his name is Tocom. Ha! My bad. This was not a bug or a stealth nerf. Genuinely missed it in the patch notes, and it's by design. Goal was to make it so that casting Warlock still got the benefit, but the team, which was erroneously getting it, no longer did. This led to DPS accelerations that we did not intend for or could meaningfully sustain season of... Hold on. What? The interaction for focusing lens should still function as normal.
There's been a nerf to the Well of Radiance, so only the caster gets the benefits from the Well of Radiance. The people that are also in the well don't get the added bonus of what the caster gets.
Okay. Like, I was reading this, I'm like, what? So are you saying that we weren't supposed to be getting healed or more powerful weapons in the well? What? Okay, no, I got it now. Due to an issue, rewards from the Grasp of Avarice dungeon may be looted once per character, once per reset. We are planning a hotfix for the next week to let players earn rewards upon each successful encounter completion, no matter how many times it's been played in a given week. Meaning, in layman's terms, we can farm the dungeon once this goes out. Farm the dungeon. I like it. Destiny News Plus. New Bungie has paused the game to give charity streams indefinitely due to the story from IGN Today.
Mm-hmm.
The battle
So-
for Bungie's soul inside the studio struggle for a better something.
Yeah.
Perry's
So
about to tell you.
yeah, I mean, so long story short is I'm sure you as Respawn and you as the greater world have seen all the news about Blizzard and Activision and the terrible work environments for
Sure.
women, people of color, and basically everybody who's not a good old boy. Bungie has had the same problems, and it largely affected the narrative team. And there was a lot of toxic, or as I say, bad actors that have since left the company in one way or another, either have been fired or politely fired, so they could go be, hellacious people elsewhere in the world. But basically, it was a huge story. They talked to 26 people in and out of, currently former Bungie employees that shed a lot of light on just how the working environment was, and the narrative team basically having to deal with things like, oh hey, we changed your story, we've recorded the voice lines, now I'm going to need you to crunch and work like 100 hours this week to make this all happen for the game to go out, which could also explain some of the weird like narrative lore choices, because there were other like special projects
So
teams who were,
Bungie
like,
is guilty of this too? Is that what I'm hearing?
yeah, I mean, honestly, every large company likely
Probably.
is, and especially anything in the tech sector, absolutely is. I mean, that's just sort of the world, unfortunately, as it stands. But yeah, I mean, this is Bungie is it has the same problems.
Yeah, had
So
the same
Bungie
problems, I think.
shouldn't stop this charity. If anything, that
Well-
should make them even more inclined to do a charity to make up for
Well, no,
BS like that.
well, they did. DMG did address this on Twitter and did say, it was a tough decision for them to make, but they didn't want the people streaming for the Bungie charity to deal with any of the blowback from, as he says, basically, the problem Bungie itself has to fix. They don't want, Respawn to be streaming on the Bungie charity and a bunch of people come in and go, Bungie's terrible. How could you support a terrible company?
Oh,
They didn't want
okay.
streamers to have to
Gotcha.
deal with that backlash. So they were like, well,
I-
this is a great thing. We don't want to put, other people in that position. So they're like, we didn't want to do it, but it seemed like the right choice given the time and the timing of this. And yeah,
So it's not for them. They did it for the streamers.
yeah,
Okay, I
exactly.
got
Yeah,
Okay.
because even though it's not a Bungie charity, the money isn't going to Bungie. It's still, associated with, and this is going to be the topic of the world for a while until something else comes out. And but yeah,
Yep.
but it was also a sad case of that's why you haven't seen a lot done with a lot of the female characters in the game. Why Cora Ray built a Stargate and then stood around for 3 seasons. Why Hawthorne stands there, Eris Morn, what's she been up to? No one knows, because a lot of our women characters just weren't getting stories written about them because
Eris Morn is Savathun. She's in a crystal right now. All right, just leave Eris alone. She'll come back out of the crystal when she's ready.
yeah, but that's sort of why we haven't seen a lot done with those female characters, is basically the toxic men leading these groups being like, I basically wrote the story for the man and the women get no stories, or it gets stories, relying on stupid tropes about them being, weak or emotional or vulnerable or whatever. So unfortunately it was sort of a case of life imitating art of these terrible work, in addition to working, 70, 80, 90, 100-hour weeks and dealing with someone, screaming at you. If you've ever been in a place or know anyone who has a parent who drank heavily or was abusive in some way, not even physically, just emotionally, and how you're like walking on eggshells around that person because you never know when they might blow up or when they might just start unloading at you for no reason.
Basically, Respawn's chat. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, it'd be like if Respawn was your dad. No, just kidding. Yeah, but that's basically what a lot of what this working environment was like. Is you had a manager who at any time would just scream at you in front of whoever was around, or absolutely just berate you for decisions they had made. And it was basically, I did this, now fix my screw up, and I'm going to scream at you and demote you or fire you for not being able to fix my screw up. So that's
Man,
the
oh,
version
man.
of, yeah, toxic work environments. And the only light on the horizon is seems like actual changes have been made. People who were a lot of the cause of this have sort of left, but it's still just like everything else, it's still a work in progress. It's not great now, it's not wonderful now, but it seems like Bungie is taking good steps, and I hope they continue to take those good steps because nobody needs that
Right.
at work. Nobody needs
Right.
that kind of abuse in their work life.
That's right. But on a lighter note, the Witch Queen intro video had a bunch of numbers on the front of it. And those numbers are correlating to the English alphabet. And when translated, it says survive the truth. So right here, you can see how it was down here at the bottom, and it was blown up right here, and then translated right up there. Bam! Survived the truth. Destiny News Plus: the new ship, Universal Voyager. I think I said that right. The Universal has a comet effect when in hyperspace. That's kind of cool. How do you get that ship anyway? You buy it?
It's part of the 30th anniversary drop. I don't know.
I can tell you how to get it.
I assume
Would
it's
you
on
like-
the reward track. I would.
No, it's not on the reward track, but you have to reset Zer's rank, so you have to get to rank 16,
Mhm.
and then go and open one of those chests in the horse room. I think there's one that's got a ghost shell, one that's got a sparrow, one that's got a ship, and that's how you get the ship. There you go.
Okay. Very cool.
And I'm guessing the sparrow is the Gallahorn sparrow, and the ghost is, I don't know what the ghost is. I have no idea. We'll see. Destiny News Plus: Bungie might be working on a kernel level anti-cheat for their next IP, according to a new job listing. This is Matter, Bungie's new IP. So that's kind of cool, I guess. No anti-cheat, and if they need an anti-cheat system, obviously that tells us it's going to be a multiplayer, probably another FPS.
But then if it works, it might be imported into Destiny 2.
Well, I didn't see that. Did they say
No.
that? Yeah.
But if
Oh.
they've got one up and running, who's to say that they wouldn't try it in Destiny 2?
So our new Hunter armor set already looks dope. It is probably one of the best looking sets aside from the monster set, right? And in saying that, we can make it even better because oiled algae and vintage timber will make the Bungie logo fade in and out on the Hunter Streetwise Vest. We have an LED hoodie. That's kind of dope. So I like
That's cool.
Bungie help. The issue has been resolved, and the Twitch gift sub bounty in the Destiny 2 Twitch extension has been re-enabled. Players who gift subs to complete this bounty will now successfully receive rewards.
Now, I have a quick question that one or both of you may or may not know about this. Because this was the thing where if you gift the 2 subs, you could get the super sweet Windows 95 era emblem and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That
But they
comes on the
said-
16th.
Right, yeah, but they said it wasn't okay. So you could do it beforehand, and then you would get the emblem on the 16th, so you could gift the subs before the 16th, but you wouldn't get your emblem until the 16th.
I can't answer that. That sounds right.
And that's basically what I'm trying to figure out is when do I gift my 2 subs? Do I wait till the 16th and do
Wait
it, or
till
do
the
I do it
16th.
now and then I get my emblem?
I would wait till
I'm
the
in it because
16th.
I'm just here for the emblem. I'm sorry, guys. I'm here for the emblem.
Don't
Well, since
apologize.
they've re-enabled
I'm all
it-
about that emblem too. That's dope, man. That's gonna go really well with my Game Boy Ghost. I'm telling you.
I know it's perfect. Yeah. Okay. So by this time next week, I will gift my subs, get my emblem, and be a happy boy.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So
Love it.
Boxer ASMR, kind of a weird name, but let's go with it. At DMG and at Bungie, has the Grasp of Avarice dungeon been released from its weekly loot lockout, or is it still on a one Is it still just 1 bit of loot a week? No rush, just curious. Still loving the awesome 30th content. Obviously, it's still in effect. We read that earlier. Parody
Still gonna be hot fixed.
has a list of names. What is it? Paul
Well, no, it says
Tassi.
the hotfix is planned for next week.
Yes, next week.
Thursday's the target.
Yeah, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah,
So don't play it until the end of next week.
Friday.
That's what that says to me.
Monday.
Saturday, Sunday. So
Paul Tassi, this Halo
was a
download is
tweet from
calling. Uncle Father Fallout. In my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface. They just made a Linkin Park song with their comments, and I like that. I'm big. If you don't know, huge Linkin Park fan. So
I saw
that's
this.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I saw this
pretty cool.
tweet that Paul Tassi and Fallout and others contributed to of writing out Linkin Park in the responses. It was beautiful. Had to share it with Respawn.
Yeah, because I'm sure I don't know if Paul Tassi meant to start what he did, but I love how Fallout picked up on it like that. Well done,
Mhm.
sir. Okay, now What?
Late breaking
Apparent
fashion news.
customization. Hold up. You can wear the beanie on other helmets. Oh my god! It's a beanie then! Alright, this just changed the game. This changed all hunter fashion forever. And I love it.
So let's show us your best beanie looks. I want to see the hunter
Show
beanie
us
on
your best
things.
beanie look. And this, I'm gonna get it. Is it a waste of money? Absolutely. By this, I mean the Nerf Gallahorn launcher. Yes, Nerf made a Gallahorn launcher. Yes, it's a play on the fact that the Gallahorn was nerfed. We're not going to get into it, but it's still a rocket launcher made by Nerf in the form of the Gallahorn.
I mean, this is peak Bungie trolling. I love it.
It is $160 for this Nerf gun, and it is worth every penny. Okay, it is out of stock, obviously. Probably for the foreseeable future.
Well, that's because it's available to pre-order late in 2022. So you cannot buy it yet, but for next Christmas, you could have it under your tree.
I'm getting one for me. I'm getting one for my oldest son. I'm getting one for my youngest son. I'm getting one for the wife, so she's not going to know what the hell it is. Yeah.
She has to have one while you're having your Nerf Gallahorn fight. Now, I want to know, are there Nerf Wolfpack rounds? This is what I need to understand.
So is it a physical item and not
It is a physical Nerf rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yes, it is
okay, so I thought it was a skin in the game by the looks of it.
No, no. This is a physical.
That would be hilarious, Bungie. You should get on that. But whatever.
Maybe if you buy, they'll give you the Nerf. They'll give you the skin. Yeah, no, this is a physical made by Nerf gun that will shoot, I assume, not Wolfpack rounds.
Uh-huh.
You will get the blaster, 3 Nerf Mega Shells, 9 Nerf Mega Darts in this package. And it's available for pre-order. Yeah, late in 2022, basically.
I wonder how big it is.
They do say early access will be granted to players who acquire the Gallahorn rocket launcher in D2. So I think it's tied. I think it's tied to their if you get the Gallahorn in the game. So if you buy the dungeon, they'll give you early access to pre-order it, and it may be available after that, or you may have to buy
read further down. Read further down. This massive Nerf LMTD Mega Dart firing blaster is inspired by the iconic blaster from the Destiny 2 video game franchise, designed at a 1-to-1 scale. This rocket launcher is over 4 feet long.
Respawn, I'm gonna need you to buy one of these and then take pictures.
I'm absolutely gonna buy one, dude. No, clip me saying it. I am buying at least one of these, probably 2. I am going to buy this. Like I said, it's a waste of money. Absolutely, I'm going to buy it. And right there behind me, that Back to the Future poster might not be there once that comes in. Because I will have a Gallahorn to mount, and I will have a Gallahorn to fire. Okay? Yowza. 4 feet long. Sweaty confetti is cool. Gives you the birthday party theme when you get headshots if you apply it to your weapon. However, these are consumables, meaning once you apply it, you lose one. They are limited quantity.
So use them sparingly, but put
do
them
they
on
work in Crucible?
No way of knowing. Put one on, try it out.
Do you get the shout of yay when you get the headshot?
I think it's just the confetti. I have no idea. I haven't put one on. I have no idea. I can't answer this question.
I've gotten some again. I haven't had time to try it.
You would think our PvP main would have told us, but no. He's had you.
He's on an internet main.
I'm waiting for the fibers. The fibers are coming, and once the fibers are here, the fibers will kick in, and then I can go and shoot people in the head.
There's a known issue for class abilities. Team is working on a fix for a future update. Appears to be a link.
Yeah, that one didn't. Oh, is that even the right link?
They're nasty, especially the DMT one. Yeah, I have no idea what this is about.
Yeah, it was. I've lost what I was supposed to see. It was something about the abilities are not showing correctly in game. Like the Hunter tier 10 ability reloads or refresh speed was showing a different value, so some of the numbers were.
Yeah, so go and check out that cool guy video I linked to in the show notes. It's got all the numbers handwritten down.
There we go. And then I know we talked about this already, but this has the answer to the question of how long can I get my freebie 700 Bright Dust a week respawn?
Every week from now through Witch Queen. So until Tuesday.
Tuesday when?
Tuesday. All twos.
Which
Two,
Tuesday?
two, 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 two.
Ah,
February
Nice.
22nd, 2022.
that
So
Tuesday.
for 3 months, we get 700 bright dust each week.
According to Bungo.
For free.
Oh
That's
my
that's
word!
that's just show up and get bright dust.
I am gonna be rolling in bright dusts.
Yeah,
You already are. Don't you have like 10,000 or 40,000?
No, I spent some at the last event, so I've got to
So
build
you're
it back
down to
up.
30,000?
Probably.
a little bit. So yeah, and that's in
Yeah.
addition to your season pass, your seasonal challenges, your weekly ritual vendor challenges, and your repeatable bounties. So there's also there's lots of bright dust. They've also refreshed the threader bounties on 801, so players can earn additional unlocks in the legendary universal ornaments. So yeah, this really is like the end of a season. They're more or less treating this like, hey, it's a new season now. Go do new things.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of is a season, honestly,
Love it.
when you think
Love
about
to
it.
see it.
So all those questions were like, hey, what do we do with all this extra time because we missed the season, yada, yada, yada. Well, here's your season that you missed. Bam.
Yeah. If you haven't gilded something this season, I want you to wait.
The only difference is instead we didn't get a new artifact this season. That's the only difference. It is a new season in every aspect of the word, but we just don't have a raid or an artifact.
Saying that, did you guys see the video where somebody's managed to glitch to get last season or previous season's artifact to work as well?
No.
I can't remember whose video it was. It
So
possibly
you
is
mean
a
the
cheese
grenade
video.
mods? Grenade mods from last season?
So it works. It worked the same way that I think the Cheese Forever video went back and showed you how you can get back onto old season pass stuff that you can't now access, because at the moment you can only access the previous season's pass via the Bungie website, but there was a way to access, like, say, 6 months previous season pass stuff. So if you'd left stuff on those season passes, you could go back and access it, and somehow they've managed to go back and access your previous artifact, and then it's like selectable like a weapon. He could switch between the two different things in this video. So that was interesting.
Nice.
If I find the video, I will link it in the show notes. I'm not sure how to do it or if it's still available to do, but it was one of those ones. Just that I end up watching loads of videos. I do apologise. Some of them don't make it to the show notes.
I mean,
And
that's what we
think about that for a second. Some of them don't make it into the show notes. His list is like 50 links long, and that's not all he could have put in there. Think about that.
Especially if it's like a new season, or there's new stuff in the game, or there's new stuff to talk about and digest. So this week's tips, tricks, guides, and builds, we have a BXR 55 battle rifle from Cool Guy, breaking it down, what you want to look out for in perks. Go check that out, because I think it's a fantastic gun. Bounties goes over how to get the Forerunner exotic sidearm. So you got the full quest is lined out. So if you want help knowing how to do that, he's got that for you. If you want help doing the Grasp of Avarice, or doing a Master Grasp of Avarice with no wipes, Cheese has got some help for you for that in his video. We have, as I said, every new cooldown from tier 1 to tier 10 from Cool Guy. If you want to solo flawless the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, Mano Destra has got an in-depth video for you, 28 minutes long, but it's like, go here, stand here, do this, do that. It's like step-by-step instructions of where to do, even like the sparrow racing part of it, where to jump off a sparrow, spawn a new sparrow, go and touch a button to extend the timers so that you can get through it solo and flawless to get the new emblem. Yeah, try that out. And you guys were raving about the new trace rifle. True Vanguard is also raving about the new trace rifle and why we've got to try it in PvP. So go check out his video. Did you guys know that the Galahorn has hidden perks and combos?
Yes.
Oh,
I did.
Well, he does,
fancy.
but other people might not know. So Cheese has got a video for you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
I actually
interested
learned
in...
about it from Fallout, so cool that Cheese has it too.
If you are interested in knowing every new weapon and every new weapon perk, Fallout Plays has got 2 videos for you. So every weapon and the perks, and what you should kind of be looking out for on weapons, and what specific weapons that you should be looking out to get those on.
What specific? What?
What was it? Like perks, if you were looking for specific perks or just
Okay,
specific
okay.
weapons. Yeah. He's got 2 different videos there of all the new stuff.
Just faded, bro.
Okay. Fallout did say that he's going to make independent videos on each weapon if he feels that you kind of need them. So keep tuned to his channel for that. If you are doing your Galahorn quests, we have the Mano Destra guide to how to get the catalyst. All the locations for the Grasp of Avarice collectibles in the dungeon. So if you want to get the new ornament, the free ornament for you for that. And if you wanted a guide on how to actually do the quest to start off with, Bunties has got you covered for that.
Don't look at a guide. Do it yourself.
No,
More fun that way.
the locations of the bottles in the thing, in the dungeon.
I'd say try it first and then go back because
Yeah, that's what.
I'm just saying. If you know where the traps are ahead of time,
Look,
even when you're playing by yourself,
if you
it's
only
less fun.
have,
That was
if you only have a
hilarious.
couple of hours to do it in the night, you know, and you want to get it all done and be quite
I'm just
efficient,
saying.
you might need the video to help you go through these
I'm
things.
just saying, man. I'm just saying. I had way more fun going through it blind and finding other
saying not
traps
to.
accidentally than watching a video. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying not to. Cheese has 3 videos for you that might be interested. Did you know that you can get adept mods on any legendary weapon? It's a glitch. It's crazy in PvP apparently. It is a one-time use, unfortunately. But check his video on that.
So what happened? You eat up your adept mod when it happens?
But go and check his video out and he'll answer it.
I don't have any adept mods. Just tell me.
No, you go and watch his video.
So it doesn't matter. Just like you don't care, like I don't care, because you don't have it either.
This might make me want to go get some. I don't know.
If you are interested in a crazy farm for strange coins and treasure keys and new weapons, Cheese has got a video for you for that. And if you are interested in getting cheese. It's always cheese. And if you are interested in getting an exclusive Terrachroma shader, he's got a guide for you to get that. Oh, I found that. There you go. Lake of Shadows Grandmaster boss with significantly more health. LOL was from above. So I will link that in. I will link that in the show notes. Literally, it's a 30-second video. The poor guy spawns in and dies. There you go. I found it. Oh dear.
No.
Yeah. And just to make sure you guys are aware that there is a catalyst now available for your Arbalist, your exotic.
Yep.
Is it a trace rifle?
Arbalist is a linear fusion.
Linear, that's it.
Yep.
So yeah, your linear fusion rifle. There is a catalyst available. It is a random chance at dropping in Nightfall,
Crucible.
Strikes, Gambit. So just play the game and it will drop for you.
And actually, I'm surprised if you've been playing Iron Banner if you already don't have it, because I played a bunch of Iron Banner and 2 people that I was with got it.
I've only ever played one game. I've played one game, mate.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all this week.
Yeah. I've played none games, but I hope to play some before the week resets.
Now I know this has been around for a while, but I thought I'd reshare it.
I'll take it through. But
this has been around for a while, where Titans can share throwing hammers. So if say Parody throws out his throwing hammer,
you can catch.
I throw him a throwing hammer. He gets his hammer recharged back immediately. But Kimber Prime has a video of 2 Titans standing literally next to each other or one behind the other. One throws out their hammer, the other one throws the hammer down on the floor. They also get their charge back, but the person in front of them gets their charge back as well. So this could be quite fun to use in PvP, where you could just have 2 Titans standing one behind each other, just throwing out hammers constantly.
Could it though? I mean, like put a bubble up first, maybe it'll be useful, but come on now.
No, it'd be fun. You
throw
it down a hallway and you think, and they're like, where are all these hammers coming from? And those hammers explode after a while. So then you have a corridor full of exploding hammers.
No, I need to ask you a question.
I want Crimson Doubles to come back.
If
Crimson Doubles comes back, we're doing this.
No, forget doubles, right? Can you have more than one Titan doing this? Can you have 2 Titans throwing hammers and the 1 Titan behind them throwing it on the ground? Or 3 Titans throwing hammers and 1 Titan behind
because
them
it's
throwing it on the ground?
wherever that hammer lands, if it lands near that person, they automatically pick it up. Yes.
So Respawn, I'm going to need you to do some new testing this week.
No.
Can you make a human centipede of Titans?
Not even a centipede, a freaking ballista. 3 in the front with 1 guy in the back refueling them all at once, man. Oh my god.
Plunder the Booty this week thinks that he's broken Destiny with the best hunter build in PvE, a 3-second cooldown on grenades. So these are the
Nice.
dusk-filled grenades that
What?
you can get. Yes. So go check that video out if you want to see how that works.
Damn.
And
Fair enough.
Froggy's got a cool video for you this week. If you want to know how to get
Oh,
to the
thank you.
Grasp of Avarice dungeon from Patrol, he has got an out-of-bounds map guide for you for that. And finally, if you wanted to be Star-Lord in Destiny, you have to be a Warlock to do this one. But you can dress up as Star-Lord in Destiny, thanks to Spider-Sides.
Yep.
and
You could
his
also
Destiny
dress up
videos.
as Spider-Size video before that was the armored Spider-Man.
Iron Spider.
Yep, Iron Spider. Yeah. He's got a bunch and he keeps pumping
He
them out
does.
more. I like him. I like his channel. I actually subscribed to him once you told me that last time. I checked it
Yeah.
out and he's got all kinds of outfit videos. So check him out. Check out his whole channel. Pretty good.
There's another streamer that I don't remember how I came across him. I think it was in one of those big threads of, hey, tell us about cool things in the community.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen Crit Buff?
Mm-mm.
No.
CRITBUFF? So
Mm-mm.
I've subscribed to him dutifully, and then of course haven't had time to watch him. His whole thing is he will not review a PvP weapon until he has 1,000 kills with it. So if you're looking for someone who has spent some serious time with the weapons as he reviews them, he's working on the BXR right now, getting his 1,000 kills before he talks about it and reviews it. So he really will sit down and, you know, have like we were talking about earlier, making that relationship with a weapon. He's like, I'm going to date you exclusively. We're going to go steady. We're going to have kids. We're going to move in together. At least till we get 1,000 kills to really get a good opinion on how it works, how it feels. So I'm interested
Crit Buff,
to see his
a blue
content.
C with a target in the middle.
Yes.
Okay. I got him.
Yeah. Yeah, twitter.com/critbuff, which will take you to youtube.com/critbuff. Yeah, I don't remember where I saw him linked from, but I was like, that sounds like a person who knows what they're talking about. If they're gonna not just pick up a gun and go, hey, this is good this week, but yeah, and again, which is not to say the other folks, obviously Fallout spends and other folks spends immense amounts of times with weapons to talk about. But I like his whole, I'm gonna get 1,000 kills and then talk about how it acts and functions. And then I saw one, if you want to go the respawn route and not see anything before getting into your dungeon, go do that. I did see Mactix, MACTICS. We'll put that link in the show notes as well. He has a Grasp of Avarice fast dungeon guide for the Galahorn. If you want to see what the dungeon is, just to get a good little overview of it in 7 minutes, he's got you. So it's the cheese version of dungeons. Here it is. It's quick. It's simple. It'll get you through.
What makes me laugh is that people are now talking about the perk Eye of the Storm on that battle rifle with like the perpetual motion, which is the new perk. So this weapon becomes more accurate and boosts your handling as your health gets lower. And the perpetual motion, which is the new one, this weapon gains bonus stability, handling, and reload speed whilst the wielder is in motion. It's just the mind boggles. Now we're not talking about kill clip. We're talking about something that I've said on many occasions that is a really good perk, and now it's kind of been buffed that other people are now talking about it. But I'm interested in seeing the blunt executioner rounds, which is only exclusive to the BXR, which is damaging a nearby combatant with melee abilities dramatically increases the handling and damage, and it expires after a short duration or the next shot. So I'm interested to see how that one works, especially with those Titan Throne Hammers.
So swashbuckler without the build-up?
Possibly.
Okay.
But a shorter duration, maybe.
And you have to hit them with the melee first, right?
Yes.
Is that what okay. All right. Cool.
I think that's plenty. I think that should now let's see. Do I drop in this one piece of feedback into this week, or do we just end the show quickly and never speak about it again?
You can give feedback.
Well, it's not me. It's the only blade on Twitter saying 2Titans_Hunter, because that's where you can find us. Here is something to discuss on the next podcast. How do you guys feel that Hunters now have 3 one-shot abilities and Warlocks and Titans have none?
I still feel the same. Still going to shoot him in the head until they
I'm
jump over
I'm
me.
trying to think of the third one shot.
Look, this man says that you've got 3. That's it. Take it as gospel.
No. No, I'm not taking
Just
anything
because you
anybody else
can't
says is
think of the
gospel.
you can't think of the third one doesn't
So the
mean it isn't
grenade
there.
that we have now that only one shots if you stick somebody with it, and I mean that because during the testing, I had some guys stand on top of it and it didn't kill him. It only kills with a stick, right? If that's one of the ones you're talking about, okay, cool. The throwing knife, yeah, okay. And what? Technically, you can still get a one shot on Shatter Die, but you got to use the grenade that forms the hexagon, and they have to be in the middle of it, and then you can kill them. If that's the one you're talking about, that's a possible third. That's really tricky to land.
We're not talking about anything. We've been given the information. We're meant to react to it, not list whatever's there.
No. I need you to reach out to me very specifically and tell me these three that you're talking about.
Or I've replied to him on Twitter saying Respawn is struggling to come up with the three. What are the three?
There you go.
And then
Cool.
he doesn't have to reach out to you. We can just sit back and wait for an answer.
Nice.
Parody, do you really care?
I'm right there with 19, but I'm just gonna shoot you in the face because then it won't matter. Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna get killed by your one shot ability, respawn 7 seconds later, and then have another go.
If it makes you feel better, Titans still have, with the help of an exotic,
I don't care
Fair
at all.
enough.
Actually,
you have 5 one shots. Still.
Oh, we have 5. Okay.
It's honestly at this point in the game, trying to get the one shot melees is more trouble than it's worth. So why bother? Just shoot someone.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I get you, but we use an exotic I didn't even think of, Heart of Innermost Light, and Heart of Innermost Light on all of the solar tree that you have except the throwing hammer will kill a guardian with 1 stack and your melee. Well, they all killed me. I think you might need a second stack for high 8 or above resilience guardians, but somebody with 30 or 40 resilience, 1 stack of Heart of Innermost Light will kill with 2 of your solar melees.
Who's running around in PvP with 4 resilience?
Me.
Hunters.
Well, that now I understand. Now I understand why Respawn is so afraid of being shot hit because he has no resilience.
Yeah.
It's all.
But no, we had other Titans there, and we had people that had higher resilience, and they were still damn near getting one shot. Even with no exotic assistance.
Well, me not the same. Me almost killing you doesn't mean I've killed you. I don't care if I almost killed you. That doesn't help me.
Yeah, but if I'm blind and slowed, then yeah, it might as well be a one shot. But we'll get into that.
No, it's not the same thing. Just like if I hit you with a sniper rifle, then I clean you up with a hand cannon. That kill. I had to clean.
Yeah,
you
but
up.
that's at range. I'm talking about a melee, and I am now disabled, so you can follow up with another melee while I can't do anything back to you. It is not the same.
Still not a one shot.
Fair, and I didn't count that as the one shot, by the way. The 5 that I mentioned, they are actual one shot, 0 to death. That's it.
No.
Yep.
And while we're here at the end of the show,
You don't tell me no. I've got it on video.
I just like to remind people of our ongoing competition. Where's Arf? You have to hunt down Arf in game. It's got to the point, it's got ridiculous, that we've actually now been contacted by Arf himself to say that if he takes a screenshot of himself, does he get the silver?
Sure. He just has to pay for it.
Yeah, comes out of your pocket, Arf. But yes, we want your pictures, we want your videos. You've got to hunt him down, otherwise he's going to end up taking the silver home himself.
We believe in you. All right, well, the Only Blade has liked my response, but has not provided the follow-up answer. So we may have to wait until next week to get the thrilling conclusion of how many one-shot abilities do the hunters have, and why does it not matter? Because we still have guns.
So next week is going to be the last TWAB, but we have decided that we are still going to give you a Christmas and New Year's show this year. So let's just open it up to our audience. If there is anything you want us to kind of discuss, Destiny or non-Destiny related, send in your feedback and we can have a little chat. You know, it doesn't have to be Destiny as it's Christmas. We haven't got a TWAB to go over. There may be a few things that, we know that need to be let you guys know, what's happening next week and Eververse and things like that. But apart from that, the floor is kind of yours to kind of give us some topics to discuss. If not, we'll come up with some of our own and and have a little chat.
You have no idea. It could just be us live streaming our way suffering through trials. You have no idea.
Yeah, and there is going
Possibly.
to be a live stream, so there's going to be a recording like we do every
Is
week.
there?
But it's also going to be live streamed by me, if
Oh,
nobody else.
God.
So if you want to come watch the Twitch or whatever and ask us questions as we're there, that's also a thing you can do.
Yeah.
So
we don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be at some point. Maybe
Yeah.
one of us will be competent enough to actually tweet
Yeah,
out and say when this is happening. But it'll be Christmas sometime
that doesn't
and,
seem that doesn't
and New
seem
Year
like that.
sometime.
Christmas-ish. Christmas
Ish, yeah.
All right. So Respawn, you did get it. So weighted knife, flux grenade, and shatter dive.
Okay. Yeah.
So those are the three the only blade says are the one shots.
All right.
And also for those out there who are going to say we want your wives on the show, it's going to be maybe one wife, possibly two, and it'll be a very short show. So you can ask for it, but I'm just saying you're not going to get much content if you do that. Because my wife already said no, and depending on
she already said no.
Oh yeah, no. I asked her. I was like, people want you to come on, and she's like, and do what? I'm like, talk about things. She's like, I can talk about how irritated I am that you play it so much.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah,
that'll be shared across the board. They'll all talk about that,
yeah.
and then that's it. They'll go, well, should we just turn it off and let them go now?
Yeah, it'll be like 20 minutes, and that's it. So if you want a really short show, I mean, we can give you a really short show, but I mean, the people demand those minutes.
They do.
And right now, I'm demanding that you know, I'm here to thank you for joining us. Your Titans are parody a night team, and your hunters know when to respond in real life.
What
Their
up?
little tribe out in the wilds is not ARF. You can find the show at 2titansandahunter at hotmail.com. We're on Twitter at 2titans_hunter. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram and Facebook at 2titansandahunter. YouTube, 2titansandahunter. Spotify, even though I don't think you can talk to us there, 2titansandahunter. You know where to find us at this point, honestly. I've told you this 150 times. Now we're doing it again. You can find all your favorite Guardians, Xbox Live, PC, Stadia, and not on PlayStation because none of us know how it works.
Right.
Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and everywhere fine podcasts are sold. Watch the show on YouTube. Night even puts good work into it. And until next week, say goodbye, Guardians, and tell us what you want to hear. I just told you where to find us, so go forth, find us.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
And the Twitch isn't 2 Titans and 100. Twitch is no one respawns in real life.
Nobody
spelled
cares
out.
about that. Nobody cares about that, though.
Yes, they do.
No, because otherwise they'd be there now to support you. And
They are
They don't like
actually
you.
here now, sir.
You
Real time
paying
update.
people.
How many people are there?
I actually don't know.